We'll do it live.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. This is episode 36. We are fashionably late because Thomas wants us to be on time. And
Always for Thomas.
We're doing the exact opposite of what Thomas wants. We're going later because he wants us on time. So
we're hell bent.
guys.
Well, hell bent. We're never going to make Thomas happy. Like if he wants something, we for sure are not going to do it.
Well, we might as well make him wait, right? If we can make him wait.
That's right.
All right. So welcome in, guys. As you can see, we got Stacey back this week. She was supposed to be here to babysit the two of us because Scott wasn't going to make it, and Scott ended up making it, and we're still being supervised.
I know it was gonna be a great show.
In my nightmare,
So good.
Came home from the concert, went to sleep, woke up, got an email from YouTube that we had been banned.
Man.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility that could have happened.
Yeah. So we're gonna have fun this week, guys. We're gonna do the top 10 covers. Again, there's no wrong or right answer. It's just kind of what you've grown up with or what you know, because there's so many great covers. So we're gonna figure out, is a cover, how do you judge a great cover? Is it better than the original? There's so many different factors. Maybe it's your favorite cover because it's when you were growing up and it was right in your wheelhouse when you go to the skate land or whatever you were doing, and that cover was playing. Maybe it was the Bengals' Whiter Shade of Pale. Did they do what is it? Hazy Shade of Winter, right? Yeah,
you know what?
Let's
keep the first one. Let's keep the first one.
All righty. So what else? What have you guys been up to? I know Scott was supposed to go to a concert. So what happened? Did he get laryngitis?
I don't know. They just said it was rescheduled, so it's going to be August 20th now.
And what night of the week is that?
That's a Thursday too.
That's a Thursday.
But I think Johnny will be here, so you guys will have a somewhat mature babysitter that night.
Johnny, mature babysitter? I don't think so. There's no way. The three of us together? That's going to be a fun show. Johnny, he's not grown up. He's the young one. He's the young one in the group, I think.
Well, he's got some military bearing, so I'm hoping he can hold it together.
Yeah, but you've ever seen people go on leave? They just lose control completely. So
it's like spring break, huh?
Yeah,
just a little freedom.
Break. Yeah, you've seen every movie, every World War II movie. When they're on leave, something happens, something crazy. Like in what is it? Mr. Roberts. They go crazy in Mr. Roberts on their leave. All right, so we're not going to have any questions for anyone because we've talked to Stacey a whole bunch of times. She's asked us questions. We've asked her. We might as well just go right into our new arrivals. And
we're going to have to give Stacey a raise. She is like a regular guest appearance now. Like it's more than just guest. It's like
a raise of my $0 per hour.
We're going to multiply that by 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know who wants to start. I know Scott's got a bunch of the vinyl file records he just picked up, along with one that he's been wanting forever that he's finally got.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go first this week since I had 0 last week. I didn't have any new arrivals. So yeah, I got 2 records this week that have been on me on the. When are they going to press this to vinyl? The first one is a Dave Matthews record that I absolutely love that some Dave Matthews fans don't like. It's one of my top 3 Dave Matthews. It's Every Day. It's more electric. It's probably more Dave than it is the rest of the band as far as artistic focus. But I love this record. So glad. I was wondering, like, they skipped around. Like, are you going to press Every Day? But they did. And it actually sounds good. The second one sounds good. The first one was warped, but got another one. Got my, I'm trying to keep up on those Rhino hi-fis. Got Joni Mitchell Blue. Went ahead and got the Joni Mitchell Cork and Spark, too. A little bit of folk. And probably like my 8th copy of this record. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, the Couch record.
Never gets old, man.
Yeah, I just got to figure out which one sounds best. And if it's even close, the 30, I'm going to pick the 33 so I don't have to have 2 records on the 45 RPM.
Yeah, this damn box is a pain.
All right, here I already have a 45 RPM, which was supposed to be an audiophile pressing, but let's see what these guys do with this record. So, audiophile press of Counting Crows, August and everything after. I've not
Hold up, you
listened.
got
Still
it.
sounds whiny.
Yeah.
He still signs whiny.
Shut up, Sean.
It's a great record. It's a great record.
It's a wonderful album.
So I'll report out after I listen because I thought the other one sounded great, but and then the one it's been on my please put this on vinyl. They finally did. So Sheryl Crow, self-titled, and it's interesting. These are audiophile, which I wish they would do more of this. It is sourced from ADA, which means there's a digital step in it, from a DAT tape. So from the which is the mix down from the master tape. They don't say where the master tape is. I think because they won't confirm this, everybody assumes it went in the fire. That's where it's like this. And I haven't listened yet, but I think it's going to sound great. You know, even though it has a digital step, it's going to be fine. So that was a good week. A lot of audiophile records there.
Nice. Stacey, what'd you get? Anything new this week?
I only got like one new thing this week, but I'll show a couple things I got in the last couple weeks. So the new thing is Gracie Abrams' new album, Daughter from Hell, with the alt cover on the purple. And then I got a signed CD. And then during the Pride Train, I got this Universal Love album, which is wedding songs, but reimagined. So like instead of my girl, it's my guy. And then I got this press of Elton John's Honky Tonk Chateau.
Elton.
I love a good cover match, so it is gold.
I like that.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Jakey, what did you get, Jakey?
I got
just
too
listened to
much
Honky
crap.
Chateau.
I
I
haven't
got a
actually
Japanese
listened to that
copy.
yet. I got a couple weeks ago. Oh, you know what else I got that's not in here that I could just tell you? I got the Stranger Things 5 score, Volume 1 and 2, and I can't wait to play those.
I got too much crap. Too much. I don't even know where to start. Let's see. I gotta find it first. Here we go. We're gonna start off with the Levon Helm Band, the Midnight Ramble Sessions Volume 3. I can't remember if I mentioned this last show or not, but I love it so damn much. I wanted to mention it again if I did. They have Volume 1 and 2, but I think those are only on CD. But these are the Ramble Sessions that he had in his barn up in Woodstock. And they're really, really, it sounds great. I would like to hear Levon sing more, but I think obviously, you know, there were years where they had rambles where he didn't sing as much because of his, you know, his throat cancer and stuff that he dealt with. And eventually he got healthy enough to where he was singing later on, but I can understand why he probably wasn't singing a whole heck of a lot. Got some Gin Blossoms live in concert, which this was from July 18th, 2008 in North Lawrence, Ohio.
Is that official?
Probably not. Probably not. You know, I think a lot of these, when you look at them, you can kind of tell that it's kind of an unofficial, but it sounds good. Who knows, Scott? Maybe, just maybe, I'll sell it to you.
He doesn't like live stuff.
I don't want it. I don't like live records.
Little Maren Morris Hero took Scott up.
Oh, you got a different cover.
Nice.
Originally it was red.
So this is the 10th anniversary with 2 new songs, We Can't Be Friends and Hard Liquor and Soft Rock. And it's got some demos. So I went ahead and took the liberty of purchasing that.
Okay, now you got to open it and listen to it. It is a great
I've
record.
got a whole list of stuff. While I was in the midst of, you know, at the record store, I'm a big Bill Withers fan. I love him. We'll probably talk a little bit more about Bill, but his daughter, Corey Withers, actually came to my studio apartment one time when I was selling a huge entertainment center. And I get a knock on the door and I open up and there she is. I knew exactly who she was. So Bill Withers' daughter bought my big old entertainment center from me. She was very sweet. This is MOV Press of Just as I Am.
Bill Withers is from West Virginia.
He is, and some may not know, but he too one of many celebrities. Bo Jackson being one that had a stutter
Hmm.
that he dealt with. Bill Walton being another, right? So many people that have speech pain. He did for years.
Well, if you're a black man growing up in southern West Virginia, that's enough to make you stutter, probably.
Yeah.
So.
And going on the Dave Matthews kick, while I was watching you show your Dave Matthews, because you and I bought Dave Matthews records the same day. So I'm like, well, if Scott got it, I should have had it. And that's when I pulled out my Dave Matthews Some Devil, which, again, there are a lot of people that don't like this album. I love this record. I think it's excellent, right?
I love that one.
I do too. So Damn Lucky is probably my favorite song on this. I do love Gravedigger as well. I think it's a great record. I think it's kind of underrated. Who knows? Maybe it'll make the essential list. This guy, his records are very hard to get. He's an Australian artist. He's an amazing musician. And what I love about him is he really, like, the joke's on him. And if Scott grew his hair out, I think Scott would look a lot like Donnie Benet.
Why the hell would I want to look like that?
Because you need to watch. So this is Mr. Experience, but it's just got this awesome 80s kind of, electronic kind of techno sounds, but his rhythms, his beats, his bass playing, unbelievable. Not the greatest singer, but like it's music I love listening to, and just looking at him just kind of makes you laugh. But the music is really good.
Lie detector question. Did you get that for $1?
No, I paid. His records are hard to get, so I paid $55 for this.
Holy cow!
He's got another record
called.
Lied. He's got another record called The Dawn, which has my favorite song on it, which is called Konnichiwa. And the video on YouTube is hilarious, but like you have to appreciate it. And he's got, like, you can find a ton of his stuff on YouTube. Just YouTube him. He's really unbelievable. And then an album Scott and I talk about quite a bit, and that's Seven Mary 3, A Little American Standard. This is a music on vinyl press. This was on Heavy Play for Me when I was in school. Junior, senior year. And then an album I want everybody to buy. Like, I thought about previewing this one night on Discord with Sean if we could set it up. And that's Angus and Julia Stone. The album is called Snow. And this record I love. And if you're not familiar with them.
What year is that?
I think this originally, I think it was like 2012, 2015, somewhere in the teens. And what's crazy about it is this is what I love about Pandora and streaming, is that you always will get new music from artists maybe you're not familiar with, and they play a couple of songs and you just go, ew. And you go to the record store, and sure enough, I went to Piranha and I couldn't find anything in the pop, and I was in the country looking for Maren Morris. And I'm like, I wonder if I'll look under Stone. And they had this in the country section. It's not country, but it's really, really good.
I didn't realize people still used Pandora.
Oh my gosh, yes I do. I love it. Always. I still think Pandora's great. I still think it's better than some of the other stuff that's out there.
That's a fair point, Tucker. That will be enforced.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's the good thing with streaming is it does. If you're looking to want to try something, you can find it. But the problem with streaming is you don't get the whole album. But
Tucker,
it will open the door for some cool stuff.
Tucker, I'm not asking you to do a review for Donnie, but you should just YouTube it. I think you'll laugh your ass off.
Streaming's great for giving new suggestions of stuff. I found an artist on there a few weeks ago that I played on my Friday show that like half of the show was like, who is this? And every week there's a new song that comes out that we listen to. So it's the group called Flower of Love, Flower OVLOVE, one word. It's just really good. Would have never discovered it had I not been like on a shuffle on streaming.
Thank you, TT. And thank you, Trin and Audra. They like Donnie. They get Donnie.
I haven't listened to it. It just looks like a record you'd find in the dollar bin. That's
It
why
looks like a guy that will be driving the ice cream truck.
That's what's great about the jacket. It's like the joke's on me, y'all. Like he looks horrible with that. He knows it. He doesn't care.
I think that's before he puts the clown makeup on and goes in the band.
Yeah, I saw him in It.
Yeah. I guess well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I've talked enough.
Yeah, this is my turn.
Your turn.
I didn't get a lot this week for me, but I picked up a couple things I'm going to show you. Whoever, my Styx fans, you know what that is. So I picked that up. Let's see. I did pick up. There's a record over my shoulder. I just picked up. Got delivered today. I can't reach it. My back hurts. I can't reach it. But Cap City Pop purchase right there. I got this from Scott. I actually don't have this in my own house. Like I don't have a copy of this, so I'm gonna have to keep it. Then I got from him also. This one I don't know if I'm gonna keep, but we'll listen.
I was surprised you bought that. I was like, Sean, why are you buying presents?
I don't know. Did I show this last week? I might have. The Graceland. Did I have this last week?
No, what is it?
This is kind of the radio show introducing the record. So it has a bunch of the songs from the record and him talking about it. And that's for my personal collection. And just wave in front of Scott and go, Jake and go, near. And then I didn't know, this is the long lost Jackson. This is Rebby Jackson.
That should be a frisbee.
That is the eldest daughter. It's written and produced by Michael. I thought that was kind of cool. I got it for Burl, but he must already have it. All he wants me to do is find him a Latoya. Oh, Jakey, sealed.
What?
Sealed.
And here's the thing. You're not going to keep it. You're going to sell the damn thing.
Well, I don't like sealed records, so yeah.
Of course. You
then
just rubbing it in my
Wilson
face.
Pillick. I got this awesome Wilson Pickett, and it has a hype sticker right there. This is a 1967, and I actually ended up with type 2. This is a mono press. There is one I'm going to have in the store for $1 because it's beat to shit but sounds VG. It'd be almost VG plus. So we're going to give someone a chance to buy that. And then, of course, the Trin purchase up there. And I think that's all I got. I only got like 3 things for myself this week. It's a slow week.
And I forgot. Lyle reminded me I stole a Caroline Spence from Hoff this week. I just haven't opened it. It's in the box still.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, Hoff stole a record from me that he tried to bid me up on. So rude.
And then but the joke's on him because he ended up buying it. I don't know if he wanted it.
Yeah, but I still want it. He needs to just go ahead and send it to me after that.
I saw another one the other day. Maybe I'll find you another one.
Keep looking at Donnie, Sean. It'll grow on you.
He looks like the guy, kind of looks like the guy from Stranger Things too, a little bit.
He is awesome, y'all. I'm telling you. Give him a chance. It's mainly just you'll realize, like, man, this guy can actually play. He's not a great singer.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Is that really what he looks like?
Yes, that's him.
What do he look like now?
Google him.
He is an amazing musician. His bass playing is just his beats are killer. Trin, I need you on this. I need you to back me.
And where is he from? Australia?
He's from Australia. Yeah. His records are very expensive. They're hard to get.
He's like a musical Ron Jeremy. That's all I think of when I see him.
But that's it,
okay,
right?
now that you said that, right?
That's perfect. Yes,
that's him.
Oh my God.
He's pulling a Ron Jeremy right there.
Yes. Like
perfect
that's
run,
just what's
Jeremy.
great. That's what's great about it. He's still active. He is.
Oh, he's got a
awesome.
North American tour, Gonzo.
Yeah, I don't think he's in Austin though. I would love to go and see him.
Yeah, not in Texas at all.
Yeah,
Seriously,
he looks a
y'all.
little interesting.
Like he might not be
Okay.
for everybody, but like I love him.
All right, so we know where Gonzo stands on Donnie Bennett, and we'll have to give him a listen, guys. I don't doubt that he sounds good. He looks suspect. We'll just say that.
I mean,
We'll
he's
just
good.
say that.
Donnie's awesome. Let's look
Wait,
at
that
him.
album is
So-
called Mr. Experience.
Yes. He's got an album called The Dawn, and I think he's got one as well that like a newer one that's like I think it's just all instrumental.
That's what I
Is that-
think Trent said.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah, we'll have
like I've probably listened to some of this stuff on YouTube, but I don't have it yet.
I will add Mr. Bennett to Friday Finds tomorrow.
to-
Donnie.
All right.
So yeah, do it. You'll dig them.
We'll
I'll
probably
put
try
him
to
there,
do a
Stacey,
tournament on the
with-
Discord.
Empire of the Sun.
Okay.
All right, but we'll play him on the Discord one day. We'll go in and do a live.
Yeah,
preview
we'll
of
do it.
him
We'll
on the
totally
Discord. in
preview
the
it.
green room. Yeah, in
Yeah,
the green
we'll do
room,
it.
we'll do a little listen,
Where
listen.
Thomas likes to hang out.
and then we can make fun
Scott,
of him.
look at him because when you're at your concert, this album's going to be on the essential list. Get a good look. It's happening. Get a look at that
Oh,
sexiness.
goodness.
You've hit rock bottom
right.
in credibility anyway. You can put it.
Yeah. All right, so let's move right along because that's too much Donnie Bennett talk. That's probably the most Donnie Bennett talk ever had anywhere.
He deserves to be promoted.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to wake
There
up
you
in the
go.
morning with all these text messages about, did you see 3 men on the record? We're talking about you last night.
Yeah,
It's the most
Oh, my
coverage you've
God.
had in 25 years.
Okay.
I'm going to listen
Mr.
to it
Chad
right after the
Perone.
show. And if it's better than the Rolling Stones album, then I will talk about it all night, Jake.
Oh, yeah,
Well, it's not going to be better
Stacey-
than the Stones record. That's the best
Stacey,
record in
it's better than
2026 so
Chad
far.
Perone. Better than
Can we
Chad
talk
Perone.
about Can we talk a little bit about the Rolling Stones? Because we did play it in the green room on Discord.
This is a really good time for me to go make writer's dinner, right?
Stacey verbal sprayed.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. I think the songs were all too long. I think
That's a strange criticism. That's a very strange criticism.
this because
I
think
agree, Scott. Here, let's
there's a lot of great elements that make the classic Stones fan go, "Ooh, I love this," but then some of the songs, most of them are all over 4.5, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. They're really long, and I think it's
It's
the
rock,
producers-
Sean. It's not pop.
You're getting your money's worth, though, Sean.
If you want 2
It's
minute
not a-
songs,
it's-
pick up the new
it's-
Charlie
it's not-
XCX. That's
It's
about
not
2
a
minutes a
freaking
song.
Rush record. Rush does the same thing, makes it way too long.
It's rock. Rush is rock.
Pink Floyd.
No, it's Mick Jagger. That people couldn't stand up and go, Mick Jagger, hey, maybe we can shorten this one.
I'm
We'll
going to
just make it
investigate the
better."
average length of a Stone song. I don't think the songs are any longer on this record than they are normally.
I kind of
you do the
agree.
research. Shut up, Jake. You didn't agree the other day. Why are you kissing butt? Huh? Why are you kissing butt?
What did I not agree with? What I have said from day one on
You
this
agreed to
record,
everything we were saying, and now you're like, oh, yeah.
I
See,
think that's incorrect.
I liked that song. That was like one of the few songs that I
think
was like,
Mr.
oh, I'm
Charm
digging
is-
this. I like this vibe.
I'm Mr. Charm, Mr. Charm. Producer going, hey,
Yeah.
why don't we just do it twice? Just
Well,
sing it
Mr.
twice.
Charm is like the new version of She's So Cold, right? So it's kind of the same repetitive motion, although it's better than Mr. Charm. But it again, it's kind of a return to the roots. Most consistent record in a long time.
And I like this. A lot of it I like. I just wish some of the songs were a little bit edited to be better, I guess the word.
So the
You need-
average Stone song is 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and the average song on this album is 4 minutes and 28 seconds.
See? We're
Get
not
in
far
there,
off right there.
Stacey.
Yeah.
Hey!
Fact checking, Sean.
Hey! Just
But it's
shut
still-
the man up.
It's still longer. It's an average, but it's longer. So it is longer.
You need to get that new Charlie XCX album if you can't take 4 minutes. I'm telling you, they're about 2 minutes. You're in and out of them. No matter how good or bad they are, you're done with them.
But I do think it is a good record, and people should give it a listen. But I like giving them a hard time. But there's a couple, like the Muppet song. Did he have to sound like a Muppet? In Jealous Lover.
He does that
Coming
like once
from
a record.
somebody who loves Muppet records.
And I
Yeah.
love
Bobby.
Muppets. And I love because I didn't expect it from Mick Jagger.
I thought
He
he
was doing
still
it-
sounded more like he was trying to be Prince.
I thought he was doing a duet with Elmo. Is what I thought.
Maybe it seems
Sean,
long because there's more songs. Because the album's
he's-
over an hour long.
I think
He's
the album is
80.
too long. I do think
He's
it's too long.
83. They're
So?
in their 80s. Like, you got to respect the music being made.
And let's compare it to the energy.
80-year-olds.
Compare it to the energy on the new McCartney record. Compared to the what the
Exactly.
with this. McCartney, I want to take a nap on that new record. Like, okay, thanks for making
Look,
a record, but you didn't change my world.
It's
my music
fair.
world.
It's
No.
fair.
Scott and I actually
Yeah.
hold up. Scott and I actually did. We agreed with that. We actually agreed with this. Like when I listen to the Stones record and then listen to some of the stuff off of McCartney's new record, and I love me some Paul McCartney. I'm a huge Beatles fan. I'm more of a Beatles guy than a
Yeah.
Rolling Stones guy, but I love them both. They're completely different bands. But I told Scott, I'm like, Paul seems tired. Mick, he seems like he's taking it up a notch.
Produced by the same person too. Andrew Watt produced both
That's
those
right.
records.
That's right. Yep.
There you go.
Who is a pop guy. And I would just say what it's like AC/DC. I like the Stones. Just give me some more of what you've always done, and I'm happy. And I think they did it a little more. The true originality here is in the choruses. They have pop-like choruses now. There's a non-traditional choruses in these songs. The verses are traditional Stones, but that's where I think Andrew Watt came in a little bit because the choruses are very different than other stuff they've done.
I will agree with that because one of the notes I wrote down was it just sounds like the Stones, nothing new or original. So I do think that it sounded like the Stones. They kept with what they know how to do. I just think some of the stuff that they did differently maybe didn't work. But I won't read the
If
rest
it
of my
ain't-
notes because that's what I read when Jake was in the room.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I always go back to Neil Young's quote that simple is better. And I just think like what's wrong with sticking with what you know and what got you where you are.
Yeah,
Right?
AC/DC is not going to
AC
go in and
No.
do 21 Palette style songs. Like I don't want that.
AC/DC is going to be AC/DC. And that's one thing that I will say I appreciate about AC/DC is they stick with the formula.
There's
And they
nothing
don't
wrong
really change it much.
with that, but it is nice to see an artist evolve over as many years as the Rolling Stones have been around to do or try, even if they fail, something different.
So let me ask you something, Stace. If Taylor went rap or country, goes back to country, let's just say rap because she started country, right? And then she kind of crossed over. Let's just say she goes to rap. How would you feel about that? Would you be like, I don't know if I can get on board with Taylor rapping?
Is it good? If it's good, I don't care. She went from super pop to indie folk, basically. So she did go back and forth, but
She went from country to
the
pop.
the
to-
Killers is a great example. They evolved.
do.
I think it's nice to see an artist try different things, even if it's on one album, which I do think like this new Rolling Stones album does have a lot of different layers. It has a lot of different types of songs, different types of music. They play with the fast and the slow and the different falsetto and low tones, all of that. It just like I said, it's just not for me. It just wasn't for me, and I just couldn't do it.
It's like the jump the shark moment. I always equate it to Garth Brooks going Chris Gaines.
That was horrible.
No, horrible, right? Like, I don't know if anything could get any worse than that.
But at least you tried it.
And I'll give him props for that. I'll give anybody props for doing it, but it doesn't mean that, look, hey man, that's the direction you need to go. Go back with what got you, where you are. Stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's their 25th studio album. It'll go platinum. How many people can say that? I mean, a lot of these
In
bands
their
we talk
80s.
about, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, they're not around. The Kinks, all those bands, the Who, they're not making records. So, and still selling records. So,
But Keith Richards is 180. He's not in his 80s. He's 180.
Well, Keith doesn't have his own blood pumping in his veins anymore. I think he's had about 4 transfusions. It's not his own blood. He could be 380 for all we know.
But he can still get a nasty riff on those 5 strings he has.
And like I told you, Scott, the one thing I love, I think Keith Richards is so underrated as a singer. I've always loved his voice. It's growly and raspy. Doesn't sing the greatest, but like the stuff he plays, I love. It's just got feel. It's got soul to it. It's just got a lot of that bluesy element. I love it. I'd love to hear him sing more than one song on a Stones song. That's why I love his solo record. That's why I love Talk Is Cheap so much. It's just all Keith.
Yeah. So, guys, in the Discord, tell us how you feel about the new Rolling Stones album. Because I think there's a lot of great parts of it. There was a couple that it was easy to make fun of. So I did. Especially the Elmo part of it. But take a listen and tell us what you think in the Discord. It'll be a fun little discussion, and I had to be the bad guy today. But I understand why.
No, you weren't as bad as me.
No, nothing takes Stacey. It was actually pretty funny.
My viewers all
enjoyed
agreed
it.
because my viewers don't listen to the Rolling Stones. Like, I don't listen to the Rolling Stones, but I will listen to anything once because I think it's important to listen to music that's out there, especially if other people really like it and I don't know about it. So, I think it's really important to listen to that. That's why I try to listen to all of the albums that everybody presents when I'm on before I come on, just so that I can try to listen through and have an opinion, whatever it is, on what people are presenting. But I think it was pretty funny too.
Stacey.
I definitely exaggerated it a little bit that day, but not as much as.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that, I know that you're not a diehard Stones fan, and it's like if you didn't listen to a Rolling Stones record, it wouldn't ruin your day. But thank you for taking the time to do that, to review it and put your feedback on it. I think it's great.
I own one
We
Rolling
made a list
Stones
of
album,
ours.
and it's because it has a San Francisco Giants logo on it,
You have Hackney Diamonds.
and it's sealed,
Um,
which is one of
Which
the
is
only
not
things
as
I
good
have
a
sealed.
record as this is.
Hey, mine's sealed too. I probably will never open it
I probably won't either.
because I like the earlier stuff.
So Stacey had to listen to our picks today, so we're gonna go into that. She wasn't thrilled with all our picks today, so if she was in the chat, she'd probably give us.
I'd probably go take a nap.
Yeah. So I think there's some pretty cool records in this week, and we'll start with Stacey with her first record.
Okay, so the first one I do not have on hand. This was an album. I'm gonna go Jake style today, where I talk about it, but I don't say the title, and everybody can just
go
be
for it.
like, "What are you talking about?"
Go for it.
This
They
was
know.
released
They know, Stacey.
February 6th, 2003. It is a runtime of a little over an hour. This was produced by Dr. Dre, Eminem, Scott Storch, a few other people. It debuted went diamond certified, 10 times platinum, one of the best selling hip hop albums ever, over 12 million copies worldwide. One of the biggest tracks on this album is In the Club. We're talking about 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. So we know there needs to be a little bit more rap and hip hop on this list. So I brought another one.
Yeah. Awesome.
This was actually his second album he made. It was after, if you don't know the lore, 50 Cent was shot 9 times and he lived through it. He got dropped by Columbia after that. And then he started making mixtapes behind the scenes and got the eye of Eminem. And that's when he got signed. And that's kind of when they did this whole album. So they made this album basically to make him a star, and it worked. So he had In the Club, he had 21 Questions, Many Men, which Many Men was about him getting shot. He went from this heavy rap talking about like survival and the violence and betrayal and loyalty and romance and stuff like that, and being in poverty and growing up, to making one of the biggest songs of the 2000s into club. I mean, everybody knows that song, you know, like if it's your birthday, the first thing that a lot of people will say is about being in the club, go shorty, it's your birthday, right? Lots of stuff like that. So it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. It sold almost 1 million copies in its first week, and that was only on CD. The week 2 also was 872,000 in the first week and 822,000 in the second week. It was the best-selling album of 2003 in the US. Okay, Tucker. The singles Into Club and 21 Questions were both number 1s on the Hot 100. It was nominated for Best Rap Album. It won Favorite Rap Hip Hop Album at the American Music Awards and won Top Billboard 200 Album at the Billboard Awards. So one reason that I think that this one I picked, because I don't always have the easiest time picking like rap and hip hop. I'm very much in this realm of the 2000s, late 90s sort of stuff. Not like the current stuff, but I just think that this was such a big turn to make like a rapper so commercial and so big and so accepted by people who didn't necessarily always listen to rap, and just kind of bring it out there in the forefront and kind of change how it came out to the masses. So, yeah. I don't know.
Thanks for adding that. I will say
yeah.
I had a recent experience with this record. So we actually found a OG copy of the vinyl, and it had a hairline on it, so we had to listen to it. This is when I was up in Long Island. Jim said, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "Are we past the hairline?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Can we take that off?" I hated that record. I'm not a fan of rap anyway, but usually if somebody puts on Eminem or something, I can listen to it. I like 50 Cent. I follow 50 Cent on social media because I think he's funny, but do not like the music at all.
I'm kind of with you. Like, hey, kudos for the pick. I love it when people come out of their comfort zone a little bit and pick things they're not aware of. Like, I've never been huge on rap. You know, I don't have a ton of soul. You know, even though I do love soul, but I do think that there are albums that need to be mentioned, right? Like, I love NWA, Straight Outta Compton. That's probably one of my favorite rap records of all time, and I can listen to it all the time. I just think it's great timing thing. I remember when my brother first got that. I can listen to Dre's The Chronic. Those are probably the 2 albums that I could probably listen to and be cool with.
NWA, I do like that record. I like that.
I do too, and a little Ghetto Brothers as well. I mean, even the Ghetto Brothers, they're from Houston, and they had some good albums. So there's probably like maybe 4 or 5. But I always love it when people come in and say, "Hey, look, it's not my strength, like not a whole heck of a lot." I like it when you kind of come out of the shell a little bit. I think it's a great pick.
Yeah, I probably
appreciate it because go ahead, Stacey.
I was just saying I probably have 3 hip hop records on my shelf, and it's Eminem, Dr. Dre Chronic 2001. And there might be like one more back there. Like, I'm not a huge hip hop fan. What I gravitate to is things like this, like in the 2000s when I was in college. So I went to college in 2000. Like, that was huge. Going out to a club, hearing all of that stuff, like that was big. But also like old school rap, like Sugar Hill Gang, Biz Markie, those sorts of things I also really like. And I think were really influential on where rap came from and got to. Today's rap, I don't get. I really don't get a lot of it. Like mumble rap, I don't understand why we're listening to this. I just don't think it's where it was before. It's kind of like the conversation we had about modern country. That modern country is all very like bro and beers and whatever. Like, modern rap is not the same as it used to be. So I always kind of go back there, but maybe I'll be able to find a
little Master P action.
Well, I think
there's some good Master P. There's some good Master P. Oh gosh, there was another one that I was going to say on that, and I totally forgot. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, I was just going to say I appreciate Stacey because I've had a couple of conversations with her, either through her booking people for the 4 women, and trying to encourage, people who can bring rap, because I can't bring it. Like I can bring some jazz. I don't feel 100% comfortable with jazz, but I do have
Same.
85 jazz records, and I like jazz, but
More than I.
I don't feel like I am an expert. So I appreciate,
Yeah.
when we get to the end of this, I don't want the list, and it's not. I looked at it today, and I felt like we're doing a pretty good job. We maybe took a kind of roundabout way to get there, to get this list, but rap, jazz, country, all that needs to be represented. If we said this is essential list to somebody who's just starting out, this is the best of several different genres and time periods and styles. You'll find stuff on this list that each individual hates or loves. Guarantee you.
Just need to add some EDM.
You also could do Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I'll listen to some Tupac all day. Tupac, in my opinion, is probably one of the best rappers ever. And he was a studio rat. Like he put a lot of stuff on tape in a short period before he got killed.
I mean, Tupac, Biggie, Ready to Die is another one that is a great album that stands the test of time.
Well, I think Two Souls, you better work out some logistics so you can get on here. When Two Souls does come on, he's going to say, I want to present 17 records.
Part 1 through 17. Well, I guess I'll go second.
I'm going to go make Writer's dinner.
Go for it. So my whole thing, right, is, I don't have a big rap collection. I don't have a huge R&B stuff, collection as well. And believe it or not, I love soul. I've listened to a ton of it. But oddly enough, I don't have a lot. But the one artist I do love, and I'd mentioned him earlier, and the record that I really dig, let me grab it for y'all and show you. This is my first pick of the night. There's something about Bill Withers that I just can't get enough of, and Still Bill, if you've never listened to this is, got a couple of his best hits that you know of. Lean on Me, and of course you've got Use Me on here as well. You've got where's the other one? Kissin' My Love, I Don't Know, or I Don't Know. So I think this originally came out. Let me pull up my notes. So November 1972. It's got a running time of about 36 to 40 minutes. Here, we'll put the camera on it because it's always hard when I hold a record up because I'm so close to stuff. I just kind of knock stuff around, and I hate that.
Is he talking?
Did we lose his voice? We might have lost his voice. We want to pretend we know what he's saying. Make words up for him.
We'll just say good pick when he's done. That is a good pick.
It's a good pick. It's a great album.
Y'all got me? Hello?
Now we do.
Okay.
Yay, cool. Welcome back.
Thanks, guys. Maybe I hit something. But anyways, November 1972 release. It was produced by Bill Withers and Melvin Dunlap. They did some amazing arrangements on this. The production on this record is excellent. The strings sound great. The musicians on here, top notch. Probably did well over 1 million sales in the U.S. But this record is really kind of what I think catapulted Bill Withers to, soul stardom, if you will. Like, again, kind of like I said earlier, right? He was in service. I think he worked on planes. Nobody wants to get in Jake's head. Only you, Tucker. But, he kind of came out of nowhere. And the records that he put up in just a short period of time produced some amazing hit songs. And, he basically, Bill Withers pretty much did several records, and he stopped making records in, I think, like 1985, like mid 80s. And I kind of appreciate and respect him for more or less walking away because he did not agree with the record industry and how they basically went about business. He wasn't very big on fame. He wasn't huge on touring. So a lot of the albums that he did, put together in a short period of time, if you think about it, really like 13 years is not really a long time in an industry. To be able to come up with the records that he came out with and the hits that he came out with, and to be away from the industry from 40 plus years and still be relevant in the soul, music genre is huge. And this
Well,
record,
both that one and his live record are very well respected today. Today,
absolutely.
People buy it. Yeah.
Right? And this was his breakthrough mainstream album, right? I mean, his songwriter, he's a great songwriter. And, the grooves on this song, it's funky, it's got soul, it has, strings to it. It kind of covers all the bases. And I'm sure a lot of us that are in here probably are familiar with the record. We probably have it or have owned it at one time. But if you don't, I think it's a great album to start. And that's Bill Withers. Still Bill. This is a music on vinyl press. It sounds amazing.
All right. Thank you, Jake, for that one. I guess I'll go next. My first selection for the day is, sorry, Tucker, it is jazz. It is jazz. This is John Coltrane's Blue Train. This is the record right before Giant Steps. I think Giant Steps is already in our Essential, I believe. I think we put it in. But anyways, this is more hard bop, where when you go into Giant Steps, kind of breaks away from that hard bop and kind of changes it up a little bit. But this is still a great record. Came out in 1957. They recorded it while they were he was on a residency with the Thelonious Monk, and so during that process, he recorded this record with Lee Morgan, Curtis Fuller, Kenny Drew, Paul Chambers, and Philly Joe Jones. And they recorded it at Rudy Van Gelder, sorry, in Hackensack, New Jersey. And it's only got 5 songs on it. 4 of the songs he wrote, and then there was one, I'm Old Fashioned, I think was the name of it, was a cover.
He didn't. Were they too long, Sean? Did he need to cut them down to a couple minutes?
They were long, but jazz is a little different. Jazz is a little different. They are 10 minutes, 7 minutes, and I knew this was going to come up because I knew what I was going to say, and I knew I was going to get the whole time question. Jazz, it's different. It's not. It's
different. It's like a jam band.
Yeah, it's a jam more or less.
Jazz is personal. That's what I appreciate about it. It's a personal thing, right? It's something that you. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, it's also John Coltrane has this weird. His cadence when he plays with the beat of the music is a little different than everyone else. I can't even explain it. It's usually you play right on the beat, and he's usually right before it. He has this weird. It's really uniquely his. I'm trying to remember. I think I've read something briefly about it, but if you've listened to it, he what is it? It says here, his timing often is apart from or over the beat rather than playing on or behind it. So his cadence is a little different than many other jazz musicians, and you can kind of, if you really listen to him, he's kind of ahead of the music, it seems a little bit. But again, this is it's just a great record. I think everyone should give some jazz a chance, Tucker.
John Coltrane is great. I mean, jazz is not like something that I think people necessarily sit down and like don't do anything else with while it's playing to listen. It's something you put on and do something while it's on, like I like listening to jazz when I'm reading or doing the dishes or making dinners, things like that. Like, it's really good for those sorts of things. It's not like you're putting it on and jamming out with it, right? Or like dancing to it. Yeah. So
you're certainly not sitting there studying the lyrics, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's Joe. That's Joe Willie.
Like, I like to alphabetize records with it.
Mm-hmm.
That I find it easier.
I find jazz
I
to be
usually
very
like it
soothing and relaxing.
Sundays for some reason. Sunday is usually, if I'm going to put on a jazz record, sometimes Sunday morning would be the time I would do that.
Mhm.
Jazz scares me a little bit sometimes because with its, with it being very sporadic and just the, off, just the time signatures just kind of being off here and there. I feel like when I listen to it, I feel like maybe that's what the inside of my brain is like. And that's a very scary thing.
I think without jazz, that's a very scary thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking Jello, maybe a green Jello.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Green Jello's good. I would say green Jello or maybe red. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't have to think the lyrics. You don't have to think. That's kind of what some of the music I listen to. It's in a different language. I don't have to think and over it. Sometimes you get into the lyrics and
It's
keeps you kind of
distracting. Yeah, for lack of
Distract-
better words,
jazz-
it's
yeah.
background music.
But
Right,
jazz
that's-
music also could be like abstract art when you're really kind of trying to look at it in different directions and figure it out. I feel like you're kind of doing that with some of the, just
But
depending
just
on the artist.
Just sit and listen. Don't analyze. That's the key. You just sit and listen to it. Enjoy. The more you think about it, the more I don't know. You don't think about it. Just do it.
All right. Well, it's overwhelming. The live audience is not big supporters of jazz. Well, they won't like this fact. We actually have 10 records from the 50s on the list, but seven of them are jazz records.
But I think 50s jazz is probably the best jazz.
That's hard,
Maybe
Bob.
50s and early
50s and
60s.
early 60s. I love that Coltrane album. It's a good record. And the other Coltrane we have on is Love Supreme, not Giant Steps.
Love Supreme, not Giant Step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Supreme's another great one.
Yeah.
All right.
Scotty.
Scott, you're up.
All right. Well, like I usually do, I kind of wait to see what people are picking, make sure we have enough variety, and I get to, am I of my own free will tonight? And tonight we had good variety. Sean took the jazz artist, and Stacey had the hip hop. So I think, okay, we're good. So I get to just look at the list and say, what does Scott really love that is not on the list? And I will tell you right now, the Tucker crowd, the Thomas, I'm going to win them over tonight with my 3 picks. So,
is that what your goal was? Okay. You want to win since I won last
I
week?
really don't care what they think, but I'm just saying I'm going to win. I like to win.
I think Scott had the 2 albums I listened to all the way through.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're kind of listenable. Some of them are. Let's go with this one first.
Scott is Captain Whatnot.
So Bob Seger, only one Bob Seger record on the list. It's Against the Wind. I put it on there. And I thought, well, I'm going to put another Seger on there because I go down there and see how artists are represented. And when I think somebody like Bob Seger, who, dominated 70s and 80s rock radio. And then I figure out which one. I'm a big fan of Against the Wind. I think it has like 8 great songs. This one, I'm going to go like 6. The singles, so I should say the year. This is 76, Night Moves. It has the song Night Moves, which still gets played today, and many people know the words to that song. Rock and Roll Never Forgets, Rocker, and that's what I like about this album. It's got some rockers on it, like that one, and it has Come to Papa and The Fire Down Below, and then he mixes in songs like Night Moves and Main Street. Sunspot Baby is a good song. So, overall you got like 6, 7 really solid songs. The other album tracks are very listenable, and just a big fan of the record. It is a multi-million seller. It always amazes me when I will say, and I think we've talked about this, me and Jake and Sean, that if you look at Whatnot, if you wanted to name top 5 artists that do not get Whatnot love, Bob Seger would be on that list. The only Bob Seger gets any attention is some rare out of print thing that collectors are trying to find.
Live in 72.
His best records. So, this is the Heartland Rock. I'm a big fan of Heartland Rock, so I like Springsteen. I like Bob Seger or John Mellencamp. They're definitely high in my Venn diagram of what I like.
They're storytellers, and that's what I love about it, right?
Yeah, they kind of got a working class message, seasoned with a little nostalgia. Like Night Moves is a very nostalgic song looking back at a romance from years ago. So I love Seeger. So he needs more love. I'm going to put a second on there. Don't know if we'll get time for another, but it really boiled down between Night Moves and Stranger in Town, and I picked Night Moves. So.
All right. It's a good one. Not enough love, definitely.
I had no idea what Bob Seger looked like before that album. Just before today. Today I learned what Bob Seger looked like. Just so everyone knows.
Like 70s Bob or 80s Bob?
Like on the cover of the album.
70s Bob looked a lot better than 80s Bob.
Thank you, Zach, for round one going to me. One person likes my picks. I figured I was going to horribly lose tonight. Not that this is a competition, but we make it one every week. Okay, so my number 2 pick is an album that I have in my collection. It was released in 2015. Max Martin was a producer on this. Max Martin was also a producer on a few Taylor albums. This is the second studio album from this artist. This changed this artist from kind of the same as 50 Cent. I always have a theme and don't realize it. As like a cult favorite into an actual pop star. And that is Beauty Behind the Madness by The Weeknd. This is the album that has Can't Feel My Face, The Hills, Often. It also has Earned It, which was actually made for 50 Shades, but was so popular that they put it on this album as well. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. It reached number 1 in the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, and several other countries. The 2 number 1 singles were Can't Feel My Face and The Hills. And then Earned It was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song. It won the Grammy for Best Urban Contemporary Album. It got a Grammy nomination for Album of the Year, and it was ranked among the world's best-selling albums of 2015 and became one of the year's most streamed releases. I knew, Tucker. I knew I was losing with you. Just wait till the end. It's the only saving grace, maybe. Maybe. So before this album, a lot of people knew The Weeknd more through like guest appearances and on other songs or like soundtrack songs. But this really kind of like exploded him into the mainstream to be able to do albums like After Hours, Starboy, which came after this. It didn't just like break through for him, but it also kind of changed pop in a way because this album is a little dark. What The Weeknd does is very different than most pop. It's not hip hop. It's not rap. It's not dance. It's his own thing that he can do. So instead of like conforming to pop to become a star, he kind of made pop come to him and be like, this is what I'm doing. Like it or love it, take it or leave it. And obviously he's had an amazing career. No, he's done. If you don't know, The Weeknd's real name, I gotta find it so I say it correctly. The Weeknd's real name is Abel Tasfaye, I think.
Perfect pronunciation.
I don't have no idea if I said that correct.
You got to do it like Trent and Audra do. Just say it with confidence.
Just own it.
Able to
say it like you own it.
Sure. Able to spy. And
Perfect.
when he did Hurry Up Tomorrow, the movie and the corresponding soundtrack, that was kind of the culmination of this character, The Weeknd, that he had made. And so now The Weeknd is done and he is just himself. There's a lot of like emotional darkness, distortion. But then there's also like really like Can't Feel My Face is so poppy and so fast, but then The Hills is so like dark and deep. So I had a hard time picking between this and After Hours, but I decided to pick this one because it kind of propelled him into his stardom.
I really love his voice, and I just wish every song was more like Blinding Lights, more neo soul sounding, because I love his voice so much. And what's the song he does with Lana Del Rey? Love that song.
That's on here. That's on Beauty Behind the Madness.
Yeah.
It is. I forget the name of it though.
And
Prisoner. This also has
But
Ed
when I listen-
Sheeran on it. She does a few with Lana, I think.
you know, the quirkiness you were describing is actually when I listen to his records what throws me off a little bit. And it's just my personal, like, man, just be neo soul. I want you to be neo soul because I love your voice. But he's not. He's got a different thing. Sometimes he hits on songs and I'm like, that's really good. You know, like Blinding Lights is one of my favorite pop songs of the past 15 years. So
yeah, I have almost every one of his albums. I'm a huge Weeknd fan. I will say Live at SoFi is one of the best live albums I have ever heard. It is so well recorded. It's a 3 LP. It was a record store day. And like, you can just put that on. I put that on anytime I like clean the house or like need to get like pumped up for something. It's just so good. And you can feel how he moves the crowd over the album and like how he gets into it. You can just like imagine the lights and the show and all of it. And I highly recommend it. Is not cheap because it is a record store day, but if you can pick it up, that is like get highlights or the Live at SoFi. Those are the two things. So yes, buddy, I'll go get it right now. Okay, you're up, Jake.
Jakey.
I have no idea why I never mentioned this record sooner. This is one of those albums that should have been mentioned a while ago. But again, you know, like Scott said, you know, we took a couple of you know, wild turns here or there, but we always seem to find our way back on the path. And this is an absolute essential for those that, you know, don't have an album and are very into, you know, singer-songwriters, you know, of the 60s, of the folk era. And this gentleman and his partner were very big during that time. And again, you know, Scott was kind of making a mention about, you know, on Whatnot, there's some artists that just for whatever don't get a lot of love that probably should get a lot of love. And I love these guys. I love Paul Simon's solo stuff, but I also love Simon and Garfunkel. And the album tonight is Bridge Over Troubled Water, which came out in January of 1970, sold millions upon millions upon millions of copies in the U.S. Probably one of, I mean, it's definitely Simon and Garfunkel's probably biggest selling record of all time. I don't know the true album sales with Live in Central Park. That one sold a bazillion as well. But this was their final studio release. A lot of turmoil, obviously, between the two during that time. Art Garfunkel was, you know, kind of getting into a lot of acting and was starting to kind of separate and go and basically do his thing, where Paul Simon essentially was just kind of stuck to, you know, write and arrange and get songs ready for the record while Art Garfunkel was out shooting like Catch 22 or you know, whatever movie, you know, they were doing at the time, which I think he was filming a Mike Nichols movie, which if you listen to The Only Living Boy in New York and the line of Tom, get your plane right on time. If you don't know what he means by that, Simon and Garfunkel early on in the process when they were younger in the 50s and they were kind of doing their doo-wop kind of type stuff because they were very big into the Everly Brothers. They went by Tom and Jerry. And Tom was Art Garfunkel and obviously Jerry was Paul Simon. And they had a little hit, you know, in their area back then in the late 50s called Hey Schoolgirl, I think is what it was. And then, of course, the guys eventually, you know, they toured during that time and had modest success and then eventually kind of split up. I think Art Garfunkel went to college and Paul Simon basically wanted to kind of take it to the next level to write. I don't think he was doing a whole hell of a lot in the States. So he went to New York. He went to London. And that's where he did a lot of performing in the folk scene. That's where basically all the songs from the Paul Simon songbook, all of that pretty much originated from his time in London. And they had just, you know, he had modest success. He didn't do a whole heck of a lot. And I mean, he even did Sound of Silence, right? And eventually, they recut it, had some instrumentation, electric guitars put into it, and eventually it got a lot of airplay to where basically Art Garfunkel comes back into the picture, and they find success off that song, which leads to basically 5 years later, give or take, we come to their greatest album ever. And it's got all the hits. It's got obviously the number one hit that we all know, Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is a beautifully written song. And Paul Simon did write the song with Art Garfunkel in mind because he wanted something very angelic, and he knew that he couldn't sing it. And it was written specifically for Art Garfunkel to sing. And what a beautiful song it is. And Art Garfunkel does have the voice of an angel. It is quite angelic, I might say. But it has The Boxer, it has Cecilia, and many other hits that we know. I don't really have to talk a whole heck of a lot about it. I think I've said enough per se. But I've always felt that they should get more love than they do. Even a lot of Paul Simon's solo stuff, he is an excellent writer. And y'all know I'm not one for lyrics per se, but with Paul Simon, for whatever reason, I tend to really like to listen to what he writes. I like the themes. It's very catchy. I think he is a genius in the way he kind of puts things down lyrically. And he's a hell of a finger-picking guitar player. He can play that instrument really well, man. And another trick, too. A lot of people don't know this, but if you really want to kind of make yourself laugh for the night, a thing that you should do with this album, if you think about it, if you put your thumb over, two fingers over Paul Simon's face, it looks like Art Garfunkel has got the biggest mustache known to man. Look at the stash on Art. You could even have fun with the jacket, y'all. Look at that. Just take Paul out of the equation. So my second album of the night, please, if you don't have it, get the damn thing. You'll love it. Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water, a true masterpiece.
Because their songs are like 20 minutes long and have lyrics for like 2 minutes of them.
But a lot of the folk stuff, right? Like even a lot of Dylan stuff goes on forever, but I love it.
I was talking about Pink Floyd. I love Simon and Garfunkel.
Well, hey, Tucker. So, yeah, no, I totally do with Floyd. I love Floyd, but I do love Simon and Garfunkel as well. There are just some bands where lyrically it doesn't, it's in one ear out the other, but other bands that do. Beatles, lyrics, yes. Floyd, lyrics, yes. Simon and Garfunkel, lyrics, absolutely. But if you were like to tell me like Bruce Springsteen, for whatever reason, he is a great writer. I don't listen to it as much.
Some of the best imagery in music.
But he does. He's an amazing writer. But like, if you were to put me on the spot and be like, have you really, really memorized or really studied Bruce Springsteen's, lyrical content? I would tell you and go, no, I have not. But he's an excellent writer. Same with John Mellencamp. I don't know. That's just how my brain is.
Mellencamp's good. He's a good writer. I think Springsteen's a great writer. I don't think Mellencamp ever put a phrase together that made me think, "Holy cow! How did he think of that?"
But I love the way Paul Simon writes.
He's a good writer. I think with Paul Simon, I think it's the package. He can craft some really beautiful songs. Whether it's on Graceland or whether it's on Sounds of Silence, which it would probably be another contender for their best-selling record.
It would be there, which is crazy because a lot of those hits were not hits in the very beginning, right? It had to take them to recut that with electric guitars to have that, Rickenbacker kind of, electric guitar in the background, with what the Byrds and those bands of the 60s were doing to give it that sound. To make it a hit, and it brought them to stardom.
I think Art was just trying to make some money because if you look at all those records, all the Simon and Garfunkel, they're almost all written by Simon. There's no Garfunkel credit, so there was one person in Simon and Garfunkel making a lot of money.
So
it was Paul Simon.
Paul Simon wrote, and he did a lot of the arranging. But what a lot of people don't realize is that Art Garfunkel was a damn good producer. He did have his hand in a lot of the production of the records. And I think that's where he and Paul Simon clashed a lot, was a lot of the producing. Might not have been a writer, but hell of a singer. That was his instrument, and a pretty darn good producer as well.
All right. So I guess I'm up next. This is probably the only Latin record that we're probably going to have on the list. This is probably one of the number one selling Latin records of all time. It was intended to be a record with African musicians that didn't get the passports, so they had to improvise. So Rycooter, and
Cuda
flew, went to Cuba via Mexico because we can't go to Cuba. So Rycooter is a great American guitarist. So they brought these musicians in, and basically last minute, for the most part, they had some musicians that were going to record with the African artists that didn't have their visas in the line. So they had to kind of improvise, and so they kind of went with these guys. This is the only album they have. This is the Buena Vista Social Club. Definitely, you don't know what they're saying, but it is such a great album.
Beautiful record.
I just love it inside and out. I could listen to it all day. It's just relaxing again because I don't know the lyrics, but I know some of the songs. A lot of them are traditional songs, but just the whole vibe of the record is amazing.
It made me want to dance. Makes you want to move.
Don't you want to make you want to dance? They also did a documentary. When the documentary really pushed this record to the next level. It's getting a 40th anniversary, right? I think this year is the 40th anniversary of this album.
Should be 30th.
Give it a listen. It's 97.
I think it's 30th.
Okay, not 30th. 30th. You got 30th. Thank you, Jake. The 30th anniversary coming out. But give it a listen because it's hard to describe it because I can't talk about the lyrics because they're in a different language. But it's such a great listen. Turn the radio up, turn the speakers up, and just listen and enjoy.
The opening track of that Chan Chan
really
is Chan Chan is
Chan
such
Chan.
an amazing song. Is a great song to that. It's probably the best song on the record, but the way it opens up, Rycooter's guitar work on that is unbelievable. The whole record is great. To hear a lot of those, Cuban artists that were prominent in their day coming back and singing songs. Like, I just think that what a wonderful way to pay homage to those artists, and for Rycooter to go there and do the documentary, bring them out, those artists back out so they could, finally kind of, have a little bit of sunlight in their eyes, if you will. Hell of a record.
Also, Tucker Albert and the Tijuana Brass is from the United States. So I think that's why Shark was saying this is a Latin artist because they're from Cuba.
Yeah, Herb Albert, it was not. But
Get
and
him,
8 of the
Stacey.
14 songs were less than 4 minutes long.
Okay, we're gonna make that not a thing. It's like
Strike it from the record.
First three records. It's like, no, that is not a
It
thing.
holds water, Scott.
It holds water 20% of the time. That doesn't, that's not going to pass the
Listen.
scientific methodology test. So
What is that? 60% of the time?
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, please give that a listen, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. And just sit back and close your eyes and just listen. It's fun and makes you want to eat Cuban sandwiches.
So
All right.
I would say none of my 3 records tonight are the first 4 albums. So they're all later than that.
I don't care.
Whatever makes you feel good, Jake. All right, let's talk. So, I definitely leaned into the Heartland Rock because I felt like we were a little light on that. And I am a huge John Mellencamp fan. So it was tough for me because I did the obvious one, which was Scarecrow, which had monster hits, Small Town, Lonely Old Night.
Such a great record.
Rockin' in the USA. And I think, well, okay, if somebody's going to get into Mellencamp, that's probably a good gateway record to get them into it. But in my I've always had this 5-star rating that I do just in my head. This is a 5-star album. This is a 4-star. So going back all the way to American Fool, which had Hurt So Good and Jack and Diane, I give that 4 stars. It's like an artist finding part of their way, but not quite there on the whole record. But then he did a string of what I would say are 5-star records. Scarecrow, Lonesome Jubilee, those 3 in a row. Then he went experimental on Big Daddy, little bluesy. He's a big fan of blues, and he tried to do his version of blues. I didn't really like it. Neither did the record company, because the song they put out as the only single on the record was a song he only wrote because they said, we don't have a singer, we don't have a single, and he wrote a song which is very sarcastic about never wanted to be a pop singer, and Pop Singer was the single off the record. And you'll like it, Sean. It's only 2.5 minutes, so you get right into it. But
There you go.
Big Daddy is not. It's not one of my favorite Mellencamp records, but this one is. So the next record after Big Daddy, he is divorced. He went through a divorce. Actually, in the background on the cover is his wife to be. She was just a model for the photo shoot when this was shot. He also this is where he started showing the world that he's an artist too. He paints. And he's
a damn good painter.
I like his art a lot. I think
do
it's
too.
pretty
He's
good.
A damn good painter.
And he just wanted to strip it down. So this is a Mellencamp record where Lonesome Jubilee had accordion on it. It had fiddle. It had a bunch of different instruments. This is stripped down. This is bass, guitar, drums, and I think there's one song that has a sax in it. But it's just stripped down rock and roll, just straight ahead. And I remember getting this record, the CD, I got the CD when I was in Germany, and I was so disappointed by Big Daddy that when I put this on, I was so shocked. This is so good. It's rock and roll. He's always been a big fan of the Stones too. So while he's a heartland rocker, he's always had this element. And I think the common element, if you listen to Kenny Aronoff playing drums, you can hear a little bit of that, Charlie Watts rhythm that Kenny Aronoff has. So this record, and this is 1991. I didn't realize till I pulled this. This is a 1991 record. So he's coming out with this album in the midst of grunge just breaking loose and killing everything. But he has a monster hit off of this record, Get a Leg Up, top 10 song. And it kind of propels him forward for the next decade. But if you don't like the more, let's call it country-esque elements of Mellencamp, then this is the record for you, because this is a rock record. It's a hard record to find. It's still only original press, and the original press was only in the Europe. So my good friends over at Channel 910 procured this copy for me, and I appreciate that. But it's a great record. I could have, if it was 1,000, I would put 2 more Mellencamp records on here, because I think he has 4 great records in his catalog. All right.
Good pick, Scott.
Okay, my last one. My last pick for this week is an album that came out last year in March. It was the 7th album by this artist. Before this album came out, when it was announced, this artist said that they were afraid of going back to their roots of what their fans really loved in their first album, from when they just gained so much popularity and blew up. And they were scared about going back there because they had visited jazz and done acting, film soundtracks, put out some other kind of albums, but not totally what it was before. And that is Lady Gaga, Mayhem. Here's your cover. And
well, she really went with a couple flattering photos there.
yeah, the cover is, I think that's an alt cover too. And that's the alt signed insert that I got. I think this album, and Scott told me he's going to give me a hard time for this because it's a new album. And I was trying to decide between this and her inaugural album, Fame Monster. And I went with this because it is not often that an artist, after almost 20 years, can go back to the concept of their first album after doing a bunch of different stuff and still be very successful. This was one of the most anticipated albums of last year. If you know Lady Gaga, she calls her fans little monsters. They were very excited about it. Everybody was. It went back to like her theatrical lyrics and music. It went back to when I know I'm losing. It's fine. I win in my heart. I won because I love this
Hey,
music.
you know what, Stacey? You're damn right. I'm the
And
same way every week too, sister.
maybe there's a bunch of people who have never heard these albums that might try them out. Songs on this, Abracadabra. Die with a Smile is on this. This was a duet with Bruno Mars. It was released before the album came out, and it was one of the biggest hits of Lady Gaga's career. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. It reached #1 on the UK album charts. Again, Die with a Smile became one of the defining global pop hits of its era and expanded the album's reach. It got widespread critical acclaim and appeared on numerous year-end Best of 2025 lists. This was a lot of people I know's pick for 2025. It was not mine. It was my #2 for 2025. But again, keeping with that kind of theme, she didn't do what everyone else was doing in 2025. She went back to her roots and did what she first did that made her popular, and it was amazing. If you've seen any of the production performances or any of the concert, then you'll know that it is like what she puts into this it's a full-on production. It's like a movie. It's a music video. I just think that it deserves to be on the list because it is a very rare moment where somebody can go back and do what they started doing so long ago. As an example, I don't think there's enough Madonna on this list yet, and there will be more added soon. But like what Madonna is doing now is nothing like what she did before. And if she tried to go back and do what she did in the 80s or even early 2000s, I don't know if it would work for her anymore, right? So it's something to be said that an artist can come back after recreating themselves. Lady Gaga did like Tony Bennett, The Jazz, those albums, and then she was on American Horror Story and did acting. She's not my favorite artist, and I don't like a lot of albums between the Fame Monster and this, but these two I love and are standards. So,
well, it's interesting. I've never liked the vocal presentation of Lady Gaga. I've always thought the songs were brilliantly written. But this will show you where I'm at with Lady Gaga. I know she's a great artist and she's a great writer. My favorite Lady Gaga album is Joanne because it is the one that's just regular pop music. And there's a bonus song on there. It's one of my favorite songs, Grigio Girls. I don't know if you know that girl, that song, but it is so good. She did that record with Mark Ronson. So now I did give Stacey a hard time only because it's like, let's see, like one of my records here tonight was 50 years old. So, the fact that this record's still around, people still buy it today, I'm talking about Night Moves, it stood the test of time. With the stuff that gets released now, is it going to stand the test of time? Perhaps, maybe it will. I don't know.
And I get that. Like the Fame Monster still sells. People still buy it. They're still discovering it. And I think that this probably helped propel that back into action because what people knew her for in the last few years were the jazz with Tony Bennett, the Joanne album, like those sorts of things, not this really pop dance kind of mesh synthesized stuff that like I really love because I'm a huge EDM fan. I love dance music. I love techno. I love house. And I love when the two like overlap, which I have something about Scott's last pick that I'm going to talk about after he presents it. That was very enjoyable today in that sense.
Well, I will say this. I think, to be fair to me, I do give pop a chance. I listen to these pop records. I do because I'm looking for Golden Hour. I'm looking for Olivia Dean. I'm looking for those records where I say, wow, this, regardless of genre, it's well done. Most of the time fairly disappointed. Like, I have listened to the Charlie XCX record, and I was like, that's very disappointing. And I listened to Olivia Rodrigo, and I was just like, where did she stash the guitars at? Like, there's one song that has a guitar in it. It's all beats. So, but my point is, I was going to say, yeah,
Gracie, new one.
yeah. Oh no, I've never listened to Gracie Abrams.
If you're on the lines of Olivia Dean and all of that, Ray is a great suggestion for you. And then Gracie Abrams, her voice is amazing. She's an amazing lyricist, and her songs, her voice, her singing is just really great. So
yeah. But what I was going to say is Bad Romance is one of the best pop songs written ever. But I hate the vocal on it. Somebody did a cover. One of these other like pop punk bands did a cover. Oh my God, I love the cover. It's just her delivery when she gets in that Lady Gaga persona and sings in that style. It's a certain cadence she uses. I find it irritating.
Yeah, so you don't like Poker Face either, I'm assuming, or Abracadabra from this album.
No.
Can't stand Poker Face. Turd of a song.
Tucker, I will listen to like a 45-minute album that doesn't have breaks between the songs of like a house techno album. So
right. So I did put in the Discord a link to the Madison Square Garden show of the Mayhem Ball. Give a watch, guys. It is production level on this concert she did is to another level. I mean, maybe more than Taylor's era.
Oh yeah, it was more than Eras tour because I think it was compacted. Like not all of Taylor's songs on the Eras tour was hugely production. The ones that had the production had great production. But I watched a couple live streams of Lady Gaga and I was in awe of what happened at that concert and how much she put into it. And now I know why like the nosebleeds were $400.
Yeah, there's a lot of work. So I put a 4K video of the concert on the Discord in the 3-man chat. So check it out, guys.
So yes, those are my 3 picks. I'm sure that I lost, but hopefully you guys will find something new. Everybody that hasn't heard it, go listen to it in the club so you can be up with pop culture.
Absolutely.
I did.
Well, my third pick, I actually changed it. And reason being is I think the last 2 weeks, we've kind of been chatting about is the Rolling Stones last record. So originally my third pick was going to be Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed, which I'll probably put in for next week. But I figured, I want to do something that maybe a little bit different. I think it's a record that deserves to be there. He was known for being in a band prior to his solo work. They had some hits, had a couple of hit albums, one of which prior to this record I'm going to mention was probably their biggest selling album. But this particular guy, he is, but wow, those are bad. This guy, he is, how do I want to, he's the master of seductive crooning. Like nobody sounds like this guy.
Are we talking about Brian Ferry?
We're talking about Brian Ferry. Brian Ferry is got probably one of the most seductive voices. You hear it it's almost like women and men for that matter probably just are declothing themselves as he sings.
Wow.
But he was I've always liked a lot of his stuff with Roxy Music. His solo, I mean, the record I'm going to mention obviously is Boys and Girls, which was a huge hit for him right after Roxy Music's biggest album, which was Avalon, which came out a couple of years prior to this. This was released in 1985. Has his signature hit Slave to Love, which, believe it or not, Stacey heard it and told me she hated it.
I didn't say I hated it. No. Well, number one, I think you did this on purpose. You put up a Rolling Stones album, so I listened to the whole thing, and then after I listened to the whole thing again, you changed it. So you just wanted me to listen to Rolling Stones, but I didn't say I hated it. I said I didn't love it.
Didn't love it. That song everybody should love. It's a wonderful record. Had some great musicians on it too. David Gilmour's all over this album. There were
Ah,
a few guitarists. So there is a little bit of a Pink Floyd connection here because David Gilmour, after Pink Floyd broke up, after the final cut, he did do a lot of studio work. He performed on a few Paul McCartney records. He did some stuff with David Bowie. He played a lot with Brian Ferry. He is not the only guitarist, but obviously one of them on this record. But I like what Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran said about him. He wrote that his lyrics are basically the way that Brian Ferry writes. It's like open heart surgery. And what a great way to kind of put that in there. Like, I mean, it really just kind of opens your soul up, right? Tears your heart out. He also, you could kind of put Brian Ferry in the way he performed, kind of performance art, the way Peter Gabriel did with Genesis, the way that David Bowie did, when he was doing, starting Ziggy Stardust and kind of going on to Diamond Dogs and all that stuff in the early 70s. Brian Ferry also had a bit of a stage presence as well when he, performed with Roxy Music. And then he kind of changed and became a little more sophisticated. And I really like that change. It's something different. His later albums after this didn't, take off as much per se, but I've always liked the record. About it, let's pull some notes up. Came out in March of 1985 with a running length of 42 to 46 minutes. Produced by Brian Ferry predominantly, with Rhett Davies, who co-produced. Did well in the States, probably sold well over 1 million copies. In the UK, obviously, Brian Ferry being from there, it sold a few million. A lot of MTV play, and I was a child of the 80s, so I lived on MTV. So I remember these songs playing a lot, obviously, right, with Slave to Love and then Don't Stop the Dance. Those are really the two songs that were the main hits off the record that played a lot. Slave to Love is his signature song, but it's his most polished and commercially successful solo record. And again, it's just a very sleek album. It's very, I don't know, just with his voice, it's very seductive. And I like that. I like those elements. I like something a little different. Even though y'all know me, I'm a very prog guy. I love Pink Floyd. I'm a diehard Pink Floyd and Beatles fan. But sometimes there are just some albums and some artists that, that I guess resonate with me a bit. And I think Brian Ferry is one of those. I think Brian Ferry also highly underrated. I think the Rolling Stones had him out of the top 200 singers. I think he was ranked at like 150, but people don't realize he was a great musician as well. Did a lot of the synths, right? Great voice, great writer. And I don't think he gets a lot of love either, solo and with Roxy Music. So I think if none of you are familiar with Brian Ferry, this is a great listen.
It is a little different though. I will say this, that you don't hear people talking about Roxy Music a lot or Brian Ferry. Like you could pick that record up $5, $7 all day long on Whatnot. It's a great record. But if you break out a copy of Avalon or Siren, like people buy
great records. Like those are the two Roxy Music records that I would say get. I think they're the best. Avalon obviously is probably their best selling. And then this was right after Avalon. So Brian Ferry was just kind of he was on a streak. He had a good, good several year run, and he still performs today. I did recently watch his Hall of Fame performance, and it's tough, man, when you see a lot of, whether you're watching your bands, musicians, artists, right, that were your heroes or not, and you see them perform. I wish that these artists would be put in the Hall of Fame earlier. Why do we have to wait until they're old? I mean, we put Pearl Jam in and Eddie, can still sing, right? Why do we have to wait until artists are in their late 70s and 80s when they got to come out there and it's like you're expecting them to come out and sing the way they did 30, 40 years ago, only to be like, ugh,
Yeah,
so
just one of the many problematic issues with the Hall of Fame.
Agreed. I think that you shouldn't wait until these artists are old. Get them the hell in there sooner than later, so you can really hear them in their prime.
Oftentimes they've passed on. Oftentimes they passed on,
right?
Before they.
But again,
the truth of it, like most of what's going to define their career, has been done by the time they're 50. Anything that they do, it's going to put them in the Hall of Fame. They do it before they're 50, even if they have good music after that. So
Yeah,
you
the
know,
album sales and all that, right? That's all happened. Like,
Yeah.
why, did the Beatles have to be, and now granted, I know that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think initially was what, 1988, 86, 88? And the Beatles, I think, were that first year with, Chuck Berry and Little Richard and a lot of those guys. But, you think about it, the Beatles had been broken up for 16 to 18 years when they were announced when the Beach Boys, that's the whole thing when Mike Love came up there and was talking trash and all that. But they could have, if they would have gotten together, obviously, and had John not been killed, like if they would have performed as, a full band then, they would have sounded great. They would have sounded awesome in 1988. So I would like to see a lot of those bands. There's one exception, John Anderson from Yes. If you watch the Hall of Fame induction on that and you listen to him sing, he still got it. He could be 105 and he's still going to sound good.
Really needs to be changed.
There's
to
some
the
that could still sing.
Music Hall of Fame, not Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's definitely a Music Hall of Fame.
I mean, they treat it like it's the Music Hall of Fame. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either.
The building's too small for what they do with it, but I've been there several times. It's too small for what they have. I guess I'm up next. So my next album is hits close to home. When I go to one of my record stores, I drove by this gentleman's alma mater, high school. So every Friday, I wave and say, "Hello, George Thorogood. How are you doing?" George Thorogood is a Delaware native. He went to Brandywine High School, same high school my wife went to, not at the same time, but this is George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers before they just became the Destroyers. This is rockabilly. This is blues. This is amazing guitar work. Moving on. This album is all covers, so it kind of ties in with tonight's theme too. These are all covers. He sounds like me. Look at that.
He does.
So the first song is "Moving On Over." That's probably the biggest song on here. "Who Do You Love?" "The Sky Is Crying." "Cocaine Blues." "It Wasn't Me." "The Same Thing." "So Much Trouble." "I'm Just Your Good Thing." "Baby Please Set a Date," and "New Hawaiian Boogie." As soon as you put this on, you just hear the amazing guitar work. Amazing guitar work on this record. And this is really this was his breakthrough record. And I had an opportunity to see him live last year, and he still can rock it out, still can sing. He does wear like a two-piece jogging suit. I believe he had to go pee at least twice during the show. He does make fun of Mick Jagger many times throughout the show. He actually imitates Mick Jagger on stage during the show. It's pretty damn funny.
He kind of looks like him.
Yeah, but he does the whole thing with the lips, and he does it's hilarious. He'll strut around.
Well,
like
hold up that jacket again. What do you expect? Look at his damn lips.
Yeah,
they're right there like Mick Jagger's.
So this came out in 1978. It was moderate sales, but again, I mean, the first song, "Moving Over," was a Hank Williams song, so definitely a lot of covers. Oh, look at this.
But you know what, Sean? Hey,
He
that
still
right
can do
there,
it.
his version, better cover than the original.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. So
the problem I've had with Thorogood is I feel like all his songs sound the same.
A lot of people say
it's got the blues, the heavy blues guitar, and the.
But if you think about it, like all that old blues, you listen to Robert Johnson stuff, all the old blues guys, it's the same riffs. I mean, all the old blues is just very repetitive until eventually it advanced over time. But it's still good, still moves, still boogies.
Yeah, when it comes on, I don't dislike it, but I never go to. I don't have any of his records on vinyl, but I have a lot of his CDs. I don't go and pick out George Thorogood to listen to. Now I like Bad to the Bone to come up every once in a while on my playlist, but
a lot of MTV play that.
Yeah,
but I think he benefits from like a live album, a greatest hits album, because I mean he's the one that you really want a greatest hits overall. But this is the one that broke through for him, so that's why I brought it up today. And it has a lot of covers, so it kind of fits in. All right.
No
Seeing
comment.
a little Thoroughgood, Born to Be Bad.
Yeah.
I got a little Thoroughgood going.
Yeah. But
It's
amazing
always good to have
guitarist,
a
and he
little-
can still do it. And I'm gonna get framed. I have a concert poster with his signature and stuff. I can get it up on the wall.
All right.
Here.
I like that.
All right. So Scott, you're up with your last pick.
All right, last pick.
Only by you, Tucker, because you don't appreciate a variety of music.
Get in there, Stacey. Get in there. Get him.
Oh, I'm
Get 'em!
waiting for everybody to do all their stuff because I have a question for all of the men in the chat
Uh-oh.
and the show.
You know.
Uh-oh.
Some of the women.
Tucker needs an ass whipping.
But he probably does need an ass whooping. I'm trying to think. Okay, so my last record is Fleetwood Mac. Okay. And
Sean, you want to mute him?
Mute
Go ahead
who?
and mute him. You. Let's
Why?
just mute him.
This is a good album. What do you mean? This was like my
It's a
top of
great
all of your
album.
picks for today.
I should have muted him when he was coughing up a lung, but
I'm good now. Jeremy brought me some.
I was
water.
just
I'm
waiting
good.
for projectile. I was waiting for just a spew of river of just.
No, it was just a cough. All right, so we're gonna do Fleetwood Mac.
Like
And
Stand By
depending
Me
on
kind
what
of-
day it is, this. All right, yuck it up, boys.
Children. Let Scott present the last album.
Sean coughs on 9 out of 10 episodes, and I get one cough.
I'm better. It's like a
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I was laughing a little hard over there. That's so good.
All right, take two. All right, my last record is going to be Fleetwood Mac, and depending on which day you ask me, I might tell you this is my second favorite Fleetwood Mac album. And that is, and we already have two on the list, but this one has to get on there because every time I put this record on, I really love it. And that record is Tango in the Night. And got the regular US press here, got the VMP on the.
There is a Rhino Reserve too.
You have the Rhino Reserve too, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find that one. I have that. I have the MoFi, so I have a lot of
Where's the
copies. of this
Japanese
record.
press?
I do
Because I
have
knew
a
you had
Japanese press.
that.
Yeah. So not all my records are filed yet. So I have a lot of Tango in the Night because it is one of my favorite records. And what I like about this record is I hated Tusk. And I thought, oh, that's bad. You know,
It was
and I was like,
experimental though, right?
yeah, it's like their White album. I'm like, dude, we didn't need 2 LPs here, and tighten up some of these songs. And but on this record, I think it's a Lindsay Buckingham record, because Stevie was already in the midst of her booming solo career, right? So she's focused. I won't say she's focused primarily on that, but certainly a good deal of songs she would have written for Fleetwood Mac were probably peeled off and used on her solo career. So for Tango in the Night, I felt like Lindsay really felt the pressure, and this to me is a Lindsey Buckingham masterpiece. It sounds so good. He did the same thing he did on Rumors. He just went in the studio and kept mixing, kept putting little sounds in, kept layering the guitars. Lindsey Buckingham is a great guitarist who most of the time is holding back. He doesn't let it go like he does on Go Your Own Way, where he just ripped it. But on this album, you can hear a little bit more of that guitar, and just you could tell a lot of love and care went into him crafting this record the way to make it sound. That's one of the things I love about it, the way it sounds. Right when Big Love comes on, the first song, and you got that acoustic guitar kind of dangling along, and I love the way they sequence the songs. The first song is a Lindsay song. Second song is a Stevie Nicks song, Seven Wonders, great Stevie Nicks song. And then the third song is a Christine McVie song, Everywhere. but it also has Little Lies. I love the Lindsay song Family Man.
Tell me lies.
Yeah,
One of my favorite
it's
Fleetwood
just,
songs is Little Lies.
yeah, it's and the vocals, the way they layer the background vocals on Little Lies is really good. So I just love this record. I love the album cuts on it. When they come on, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this song, because you remember the singles usually. But I certainly think this. If I really had a measuring stick or like a meter on when I'm listening to the record, this is probably my second favorite Fleetwood Mac, right in front of the self-titled. I love self-titled too, but this one, I just I am a fan of being able to tell that somebody slaved over something in the studio, and I think few people slave like Lindsey Buckingham does.
Well, what
He
do you
just-
expect? He and Stevie are cocaine Olympians. I mean, staying up all night. What else you gonna do besides write and make some music?
Yeah, he puts in the work to make sure the records sound really good.
Do you
So,
sometimes feel that some of his records, like even some of his solo stuff, do you ever feel like some of his stuff sometimes can be a little overproduced?
actually, that was one of the.
Oh,
Hold
gosh.
on.
God.
That was one of the criticisms when this record was released. Some of the reviewers felt like it was overproduced, but since then, most people have moved off of that and said, no, it's a great record. I mean, I don't know. I don't get this overproduced. I think you can put a lot of production on a record and still have it have the drums have that live feel, right? The guitars have that proper tone, and if you suck all the tone and snappiness out of the drums, yeah, it's going to be overproduced. Let it sound like they played it live in the studio. And I think Fleetwood Mac is a great example of, they are not doing this live as a band in the studio, but when they put it all together, it has a great sound to it.
Yeah, Tucker, he is 100% one of the most underrated guitarists of all time. I wish Lindsey Buckingham would get way more love and respect that he does. He is unbelievable.
If you want to respect Lindsey Buckingham's guitar ability, you can find it out there on YouTube. Go find the stem for just his guitar parts on Go Your Own Way. There are so many guitars. I don't know how he had to, because they only had, back in the day, I think they had 12 tracks or whatever. So he had to overdub all these guitars onto the master. It'll blow your mind. There's 2 acoustics on it, two different electric on it, and he just wails.
He can finger pick like nobody else, man. The stuff he plays, it's so difficult and so technical, but so good.
So on Apple Music, they have disc 1 as the regular album, disc 2 are like demos, and then disc 3 are all remixes of about 4 songs. And I thoroughly enjoyed the remixes on Apple Music, especially of Little Lies. So I was happy to get to listen to this because I had no idea they were out there. And so that was really fun to hear them done in like a different way. They were like remixed into like housey techno vibes. So it was kind of cool.
So
Well,
had
Stacey,
you ever
if you
listened
like
to this before, Stacey?
I had never listened to the full album all the way through, no, but I knew quite a few songs on it because I do really love Fleetwood Mac.
Did you like Big Love, the first song?
Yes.
The Lindsay song?
Yes.
I
listened
think that
to-
should have been a single.
I listened to this all the way through, as well as the remixes. And I even went back on a couple songs. So I thoroughly enjoy them already. So
Stacey, if you like a lot of the remixes, what I suggest you do is go listen to the remix of David Lee Roth's bluegrass version of Jump. I think you'll get a
How is
huge
that?
kick out of that.
how is
that related to what
similar
you was talking
to
about?
a house techno remix?
Because you said remix, go listen to it. You want a good remix? Go listen to that.
Mr.
Well,
Random.
A matter of fact, Fleetwood Mac, I think they did alternative takes of both Rumors and Self-Titled. There's a whole other albums out there where I don't know what, I haven't listened to them because I was like, I don't want to listen to alternative Rumors. I love Rumors just the way it is. Don't want to hear any other versions than the ones I'm used to.
All All right.
So that's it,
guys,
Sean.
That concludes the essentials for tonight. Now the next segment is the covers. So we all picked out 10 covers that we think are awesome. I guess would that be the word? Or our favorite 10, which again might not be your 10. So don't yell at us for our 10, because again everybody has different tastes in music, and so everyone's going to be a little different, and that's why this list is awesome. So I guess we're going to kind of read off, like starting at 10, work our way up to number 1. Jake has no particular order. We don't know what he's actually going to be doing. So
We never know what Jake's going to do.
yeah, you really don't.
Are we reading our whole list, or we're each reading number 10 and then we're each reading number 9?
We're just going to do round robin, like you name a song, say a sentence or two about
Okay.
why you put it on there, and then so Stacey, you're the guest. We'll start with you. What's your first one you got?
Number 10 is Olivia Rodrigo's Stick Season by Noah Kahan. I do not like Noah Kahan, but I loved this song sung by Olivia Rodrigo. It is only on a 7-inch from Record Store Day. If you do not enjoy sad man music, I highly encourage you to listen to her version of that song. I think it sounds much better.
Oh wow, I didn't know till I saw your list. I was like, I didn't even know she did a version.
Yes,
of it.
and he
I
sang.
like his version.
He sang the song "Lacey," her song "Lacey" on the B side or the A side, I guess.
Me, I'm pretty simple. The reason why I picked these covers is just because they're damn good.
Mhm.
Each and every one of them. They're
So
damn
what's your
good.
number 10, Jake?
They're better
What's your
than the
number 10?
originals.
What's your number
So-
10, Jake? Get it out. Get it out. Come on. You can do it.
There's no particular order, and that's how I'm going to say it. There's no particular order. They're all damn good. Let's start with the Animals, House of the Rising Sun.
Oh, good cover. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a
the
cover.
Animals,
Yeah.
the Animals actually covered it. So it was a folk standard, if you will. Bob Dylan played it prior to the Animals. There were a few folk artists that played it as well, and the Animals capitalized and made it a hit.
There's something mystical
they did
about
more
that
with it
song.
than what Bob Dylan did with it.
Oh, it's amazing. It's like psych mystical. It's so cool to listen to that song.
A classic.
All right, I'll go next. I'm probably going to get crap for this one, but I don't care. This is a guy who can't sing anymore. Canceled his tour because no one's buying tickets. This is a song that came out in 1931, sung by Bing Crosby. Came out in 1956, sung by Louis Prima. 1985, David Lee Roth. Just a Gigolo, Ain't Got Nobody. It's been covered, and it's my number 10.
I like
Okay,
that
you-
song.
You should have
Just
put
a Gigolo,
Bluegrass
Ain't
Jump.
Got Nobody.
I like that song and that version of it.
Yeah, but 1931, 1956, 1985.
Nobody.
Not as bad
charted,
as
charted 3 times over 50 years.
It what?
Charted over
Chatted.
One
One more
time.
time.
It chatted.
One more time.
It
Chatted.
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 It chatted like
It
chatter.
yeah, charted.
Scott,
All right.
are you up?
Oh, I just will say that's not as bad as All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You, but that's pretty horrible.
I thought that was your number 10, Scott.
No, my number 10, and I don't have like some maybe would expect. This is my 10 that affected me when I heard these remakes. So I'm gonna go number 10 is actually going to be I got a couple live. I'm gonna put them at 9 and 10. But number 10 is actually Three Doors Down doing the live version of That Smell by Leonard Skinner.
Wait, is that on physical media, Scott? Because you did say in the Discord it needed to be on physical
Yeah, it's on
media.
a live
Okay.
EP.
I was
Yeah.
like, you said it had to be on physical media.
It's on a CD. And you know what I like about it is they just it is, you can tell this was a song when they started out and they were playing bars and clubs. They must have they love this song, they played it, and they do it justice. So good job, Three Doors Down. So That Smell live.
So just like Scott said, this is just my top 10. And I tried to pick some more recent things. I also have a runner-up. Can I say my honorable mention since I didn't say it with my number 10?
Yeah.
My honorable mention is Nine Inch Nails' I'm Afraid of Americans cover of David Bowie. I also saw that done live and it was amazing.
I loved the video.
It's just a really great, emotional, raw performance of that song. So, yeah.
The best version of that song is like Bowie's version is okay. Nine Inch Nails is good, but then Nine Inch Nails did worked with Bowie to do an alternative version, and that one sounds killer.
Yeah.
Bowie singing, but it's got that. It's like blending the two together.
They mixed it in at the show live. They mixed Bowie in. It was amazing.
Nice.
It was like an extra. It was like in the encore. It was amazing. It wasn't like on the set list every night. It was just really cool to watch. But my number 9 is Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal, originally sung by Michael Jackson.
Good.
Hell of a
It's
pick. I
a
like that.
classic in my, age range, being a teenager, hearing that growing up, so that's one of mine.
My pick, again, no particular order. I'm going to go with Talking Heads. Take Me to the River.
Good
Now,
song.
don't get me wrong. Al Green's original cut is excellent, but I also think that Talking Heads did a phenomenal job with the cover as well, and I think just made it even a bigger hit.
I don't know that one, but you just gave me an idea to have an all cover Friday Finds where we play the original and then the cover.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That's a great Talking Head song.
My next one, I don't even want to say any more of my list. I just don't.
It can only
Red,
get
Red-
better, Sean.
Red Wine by UB40,
Very good.
formerly sang of Neil Diamond.
No,
Very
good
pick.
one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And that's a very strange to think that was a Neil Diamond song.
Yeah.
Okay, you're redeemed, Sean.
Okay, thank you. I'll probably ruin it somewhere further down the line.
Okay, my 9th one, and this is gonna be the last live one. That it's in this, but this is a live band. This is a band you got to hear and see live. It's by Government Mule. It's 30 Days in Hole. Their cover of Humble Pie, and Warren Haynes can just play his butt off. That's all I can say, and he can sing. So he was of Allman Brothers, the later version of Allman Brothers. But Government Mule, they do a lot of covers in concert, and they kill each one of them. 30 Days.
Also don't know that song. My number 8 is Florence and the Machine. You've Got the Love, originally sung by Candy Staton.
That's a good song. I like that song.
I am not familiar with that,
I didn't know it was a cover, so that was news to me.
but I like that. I'll definitely.
Yeah, and you probably don't know it's a cover because Florence made it huge versus the original. So
Right.
Florence re-sang it, with the band and got it all done. And it's one of their biggest songs, on their albums.
So my pick, no particular order. We're going to go with a hell of a song. In fact, I danced to it at my wedding with the missus. And that would be Adele's version of Love Song, which I love. Love Song by The Cure. But Adele's version, she spices it up and puts a lot of soul and sexiness into it. And I love the track. And I can't dance worth a damn, but I did enjoy not being able to dance very well to that song.
It's a great song.
It's
I
a
don't think
great
I've
song.
heard the Adele version. I need to find that.
Was that your-
it's slowed
First dance song?
first dance song, and it's slowed down, right? It's slowed down. It's just got a lot of soul and feel and emotion. But that's Adele, right? I mean, she's like, to me, I look at Adele the way I look at Joe Cocker. Adele and Joe Cocker are one and the same. They're artists that just can. It's like the energy, everything they put everything into it, everything they have, every ounce of energy, and you feel it.
All right,
Like
who's
you
next?
just, you're not born with it. I mean, or you can't, or you're born with it. You can't. It's something that you can't, practice, right? You just either you have it or you don't. I think you're next, Sean.
All right, my next one is This could have been by two different artists. This is Hurt. I chose the Johnny Cash version over Kermit's version.
Not
Of
this
the Nine
again.
Inch Nails.
I can't traumatize any more people with that Kermit video.
If you haven't
that
seen
was
the
good.
video,
God, Sean and I laughed hysterically the
Oh,
entire
my
show.
gosh.
Other people were grossed out. We loved it.
it's pretty disturbing. Someone did a video of Kermit the Frog singing Hurt, and it is so bad. And
He's
oh
got
my
a
God.
drug
But it's-
problem. Like it's,
But it's good.
It's
It's
funny.
really good though.
But Johnny Cash's version of Hurt is amazing.
Back hurting. Scatty.
Okay, we're gonna go with. I have 10 songs here. I have them in somewhat order, but I'm shifting them around. But I'm gonna go with "Boys of Summer" by the Ataris. Don't know if people know who the Ataris are.
My
They're kind of
wife,
like a
my
pop
wife
punk
would,
band.
my wife would love you.
a
She
good
loves
cover.
the Ataris.
I like it better
Yeah.
than the original.
It's faster.
Mhm.
There's this whole series of CDs they put out called Pop Goes Punk, and it was on that originally. And I was like, oh, that's a good cover.
Apparently,
Good
they have a
cover.
bunch of Punk Goes because, like, I've got Punk Goes Christmas here to sell, and they have
Yeah,
Punk
there's like
Goes
five
Pop
or
and
six
Punk
of
Goes
them.
something else and Punk
Yeah.
Goes something else. So,
A lot of those covers are pretty good.
yeah. Okay, number 7. I don't know if anybody in here has ever heard this song, but it's called Birdie. It is by the song is called Skinny Love. The artist is called Birdie. It is originally a Bon Iver song, but I think that the Birdie cover just like it gives me chills when I listen to it. The way that it's sung, her voice is just amazing. I love the Bon Iver version, but it's just so much like deeper and more emotional, I think, when you listen to the Birdie version. So if you've never heard it,
I actually have that song by Birdie on a playlist. Didn't know it was a cover.
yeah, it's a
Love
Bon
that song.
Iver from I think it's from Emma. God, I can't remember what that album is called, from Emma Tomorrow or from Emma with Love. I can't remember the name of the album, but it is a Bon Iver song originally, and he does it great. She just does it better.
And Sally was pointing out that the Hooters do a version of Boys of Summer. I did not know that till I was searching today to listen for the Atari's version, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this is the same Hooters. So Sally's confirming it. I will go listen to their version, but they do a good version of Boys of Summer.
Again, Gloria Gaynor's original version of "I Will Survive," great, but I think Cake nailed it, and their cover of "I Will Survive" far surpasses Gloria's version from the disco era. So that would be my number 7. Cake.
I had
I
that
Will
song
Survive.
down in my list of songs to consider, but I feel opposite. I think the original has more power to it.
Thank you for that critique, Stacey.
I'm just being honest. You can tell me you don't like my stuff too.
I love your honesty.
thank you, Jake, from your list that's not in any particular order. Thank you for that.
In no particular
Um,
order, by the way. I did not
All right,
say that.
My
In
next,
no
my
particular
next, my next pick is "Alone" by Heart. It was actually sung by some group called I-10.
order. I did
or
not
something.
know that.
That's a cover.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. If I'm
I
lying,
didn't know
then
that.
Whatever.
I was like, God, Ann and Nancy can write.
And I could be wrong, but I know. But I've been wrong before.
What was the band that did
But-
it originally?
I-10 or something along those lines?
Did not know that was
Sounds
a
like
cover
a
either.
boy band, but obviously not.
Neither. No clue.
Yeah.
All right. Who is it? Me?
Yes.
Oh, it is. All right. Let's do. I'm going to go with a soundtrack song from Godzilla. Who am I doing, Jake? It's from Godzilla.
Remember, I walked out of that movie 10 minutes into it. It was like, this is ridiculous. I got up and left. I didn't hear any songs. I walked out.
There's a great cover, and it is the second David Bowie cover, and that is Heroes by the Wallflowers.
Yeah.
It's a great cover.
Crazy thing though is I don't remember it being on the Godzilla soundtrack. But then again, I wasn't going out and looking for Godzilla soundtrack because the movie was atrocious.
It's on there. I think it's the only good song on there. So,
But great song. I think it's a hell of a cover.
They also do Stranger Things on the last season. I think it's the last. It's either the whole show or one of the seasons. They open with David Bowie Heroes and they end with Peter Gabriel Heroes, or opposite. But they use
Which I like.
Yeah, they use that song as like an open and a closer for either one of the seasons or like the full show. And it's the two differences between how the songs sound really help to like encapsulate how the show was. So I love that they did that with Heroes.
Yeah, I like Peter Gabriel's cover as well.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, is it my turn?
So Jake,
it is.
Wait, no.
I think it's hers.
Okay, number 6. This is a repeat. Johnny Cash, Hurt. Won't go. I do like the 9 Inch Nails version better. John, don't worry. We can still be friends. But I do think that Johnny Cash made that song what it is.
well, I think that's a good point. When I look at covers, I'm like, you either took it to a new level or you did an alternative take on it. And I would put the Johnny Cash an alternative take, like just putting a whole different emotion on it.
Yeah.
From an older guy's perspective, too.
I feel that way with the same on this pick. In no particular order. That would be Guns N' Roses' Live and Let Die, which I love. Wings' original version of it, but Guns N' Roses, I just felt like with Axl, singing that, a little more spunk, a little more power, if you will, a little more heavy metal.
It's interesting that you put that on. I almost put "Knocking on Heaven's Door" by Guns N' Roses.
I still think that
great
song. They killed that one as well. Agreed.
All right,
Shaq.
My next one is a Beatles song that John wished they did more to it. This is Fiona Apple singing "Across the Universe." I think it was in the Pleasantville soundtrack.
Not many Beatles covers that are good, but there are a few. Hers is actually nice.
I haven't heard this.
And John, was a song that he wished they had done more of, but it was for the Wildlife WWF or whatever, World Wildlife Federation or Foundation. So that was my number 6.
Okay, we're getting down to it here. I'm gonna go with "I've Done Everything for You" by Rick Springfield, which was a cover of a very unsuccessful Sammy Hagar version that came out a couple of years before it.
Also don't know that song.
It's on Working Class Dog.
We're down to the top 5. My number 5, in common with Jakey Poo over there, this was my first dance song at my wedding. This is Adele, "Make You Feel My Love," which was done by Bob Dylan and Garth Brooks.
Another great cover.
Great cover, great song. She just kind of puts the emotion like really into it. So that's my number 5.
Hell of a pick. That's what I love about Adele. She gives it her all. In no particular order. I'm going to go with Ryan Adams' Wonderwall. Why?
I was going to say.
Because Oasis belongs everywhere.
Which I also walked down the aisle to. So me and Jake have some covers in common here.
That's it. So do I think Ryan Adams' version is better than the original? No. But what I love about Ryan Adams' version is it is completely different. It is a departure from what Oasis did with that song.
So it has to be better. It has to be better.
It's not better. It's different. Jake's right. It's not
different.
It's not Oasis. It's piano and acoustic guitar and soft and slow.
It's a very intimate, slow song. It sounds nothing of that, and that's what I loved about the cover. That's why it kind of, I guess, did it for me. Is I'm like, man, what a hell of a way to take a song as big. Like, how can you take a song as big as Wonderwall and tweak it to make it to something that's Wonderwall but sounds nothing like Wonderwall? That's why it belongs, in my opinion.
I equate that song to Chris Cornell's version of Billie Jean. Like, totally changed it up.
Totally
made it a different
changed it.
song.
Like I didn't feel the feels for Wonderwall until I heard that version.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaq.
I'm up. All
You're
right,
up.
my next one. This is another Beatles song, and this definitely blows the Beatles one out of the water. With a little help from my friends, Joe Cocker.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's a good
Belongs.
choice.
For
That's
sure.
great.
Belongs.
He makes that song sound so different and so amazing. I mean, I like the Beatles
Easily.
version, but this is just blows it out of the water. And I also think of Winnie Cooper, and
Well, not
The
to
one to years.
not to
one that
downgrade
yes.
the guy because he is in the Hall of Fame, but we were talking pre-show. Like, just imagine if Joe Cocker could write.
Could
songs.
write.
He would have dominated.
God.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the greatest cover artists of all time, if not ever.
All right, I'm going to pay a little homage to a couple of Sharks' favorite artists here, and I'm going to go "Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me," Linda Ronstadt, which is a Warren Zevon cover, and hers just has it, and his is it's okay, but hers is special.
Also don't know
Can-
that song.
Can anything sound better than Linda Ronstadt when she sings?
But she's got a lot of good covers.
God, like that's hard to beat, man. She's got probably one of the best voices of music.
Another one, if she could have got her
Tucker, just
hand,
leave
like if she
now.
could write, right? If she could write, she would have had a lot more. I mean, she had a ton of hits. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
most of them covers.
Tucker, you're not going to like any of the rest of them probably because I don't think that's on the list of anyone's. But moving on to number 4, an artist we already talked about tonight. This is a cover of Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel by the Lemonheads.
Yeah, it's a good cover too.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a little more poppy
Mhm.
and a little more kind of.
It's more like pop punky. I love
Yep.
a pop punk cover. There was a band called Call It Off from Denmark that does Taylor Swift covers. They have a whole album. They did a whole tour of pop punk Taylor Swift covers. I have the album. It's amazing. If you do not like Taylor Swift's music, but you like Blink 182, go check out Call It Off. Sorry to throw that in there, but yes, number 4, the Lemonheads, Mrs. Robinson. I love the original. I love The Graduate, the movie. I love the soundtrack. It's one of my favorites of like all time.
It's excellent.
But I think that this cover is so fun.
So I guess this would be we're down to what now? Number 4?
Yeah. In no
Yep.
particular
Okay.
order, Jake. Go for it.
In no particular order. Why? Because it has to be mentioned. Again, because mine is in no particular order. It could be someone's number 1 or wherever, but it has to be mentioned because it sold so many damn copies. And that is Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You." Much better than Dolly Parton's original. Dolly Parton has a lot to be thankful for, and I hope she gave Whitney a call and said, "Thank you, sister." Because she made that song a hit.
she's also going to say thank you for not selling it to the Colonel.
That's
And,
right. Because he tried to buy that. He tried to get it for Elvis, and she said no.
Well, the problem was he wanted complete rights to the whole song.
That's
and
right.
Take her out of it completely. That
She's
was
like,
probably
nope.
the best business music, one of the best business music decisions ever made was not sung it to Elvis, because you wouldn't have got the Whitney. You wouldn't.
No, but that's what's great about Dolly. One thing I love about Dolly Parton, I might not be like the biggest Dolly Parton fan, but what I love about her is that, man, when it comes to integrity, she has it and she keeps it. You know, it's principle. She's one hell of a smart individual.
All right.
You're up.
I'm up. So my next one, this one is the original artist was Otis Redding. This is Hard to Handle by the Black Crowes.
Yeah, good one.
So good. So good. And that poor pitiful me. Don't forget Terry Clark also sang it.
Mhm.
And
Terry
her
Clark.
She didn't.
Shout out
She didn't beat
Terry
Linda
Clark.
though. She didn't beat Linda. Linda's version's the best.
Scotty.
All right, we're gonna go back to Elvis, and we're gonna do Dwight Yoakam, "Little Sister."
Good one.
That's he beats the original. Dwight stopped
California
the whole
country.
Yep.
The Bakersfield Sound.
Stacey.
Okay, we're up to top 3. My next one is Limp Bizkit. Behind
I know
Blue
where you're going.
Eyes
There
by
you
The
go.
Who.
That's a hell of a
I
hell of a pick.
went between Faith and Behind Blue Eyes. I love them both. I do love the cover of Faith, but I like the original better. But I listened to The Who, and then I listened to Limp Bizkit, and the feeling behind the voice in Limp Bizkit's version of Behind Blue Eyes is just so good.
That's a good cover. Not a Limp Bizkit fan by any means, but a good cover. I liked it too. Well, into the top 3. Everybody here forgot about Jimi Hendrix All Along the Watchtower. You could put a 1 and 2. You could put All Along the Watchtower and Hey Joe, both of which were covers, both of which he did better. All Along the Watchtower was a Bob Dylan original. I believe it was, and Jimmy did a much better job. And Hey Joe, I forget the artist's name. He really, if you listen to the original version compared to Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy interpreted it completely differently and made it a hit.
Kudos on that
Awesome.
one, Jake. I think they're between original and the remake. You know, how much did they improve the song? I think that song, All Along the Watchtower, and my number 1 pick that I'll have later, probably the most improvement from the original song.
I would
Yeah.
argue also Dave Matthews Band's version of All Along the Watchtower is amazing.
I would say it's very good
it's
too.
so good, but it's so different from Jimmy. Like,
But
it's
that's what I
not
like
the
about
same,
it.
but it's so different. It's different
Yep.
from the original, but his version, that's one of my favorite Dave Matthews Band songs.
Yep.
And it's not actually a Dave Matthews Band song. Like, that's one of the top 10 songs that Dave Matthews Band ever sings that I love.
Yep. So I did a Chris Patterson, aka Rush Records. I did a part 1 and 2. Kind of had to with Jimmy's All Along the Watchtower and Hey Joe.
Okay, well, you're out of picks for the night because you didn't follow the rules. So, all right.
Yeah.
Sean, you're up.
All right, my next one is probably on your list, guys. Is you can't ignore Jeff Buckley singing Hallelujah.
Well, that was my
can't-
number 2.
I figured that would be on everybody's list because it is.
It is not on my list. 'Cause I tried to put things that would not be on your guys' lists.
Sean
so
cheated.
good, so
For the
amazing.
record, my list was out before Sean's.
In no particular order, though.
And your list changed 4 times.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think it changed. No, I think both my top 3 changed once, and then the top 10 changed twice.
Scott?
Is it
Good
me?
pick, Sean.
Okay, we're going to go with Bang a Gong, Get It On, the Power Station, a cover of T-Rex. The
Very
Power
good one.
Station, they
That
blew
was
the
a
roof
cover.
off of that place. Oh, yes. But Power Station, God, they had a big sound.
Okay. My next one, I guarantee you that nobody has picked. This is a cover of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, as well as Mad Con, who covered it first. This is Beggin' by Mainskin. I'm sure that you guys don't know who Mainskin is.
No,
You probably
but I'll
never
listen.
heard the cover. It came
German.
out a couple years ago, I think. It is a very good cover of Beggin'. I'm sure you know
They're
the
pretty
song.
big in Germany. They're really big in Germany, right? They're from Germany?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Like, yeah, I've seen articles about them.
Yeah. It's like M and then the A with like the little circle on
Yeah.
top of it.
So, Sean, since Sean kind of went ahead and mentioned the pick I was going to have, and I did a part 1 and part 2, right? I did obviously All Along the Watchtower with Jimmy, and then I said, Hey Joe. So I'll just go ahead and say, Hey Joe is there, and we'll skip it up to Sean, and then I'll have my number 1 pick. Well, in no particular order.
All right. So
In
I'm up
no
again.
particular order.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So my next one, again, Otis Redding, amazing singer, great songs. Respect by Aretha Franklin, which is an Otis Redding cover.
I didn't know that was a cover until today either. When I was researching
Yeah.
covers, I realized that.
Otis Redding wrote the song,
Hmm.
actually.
Yep.
It
So he
me-
got paid.
it means such different things when a man or a woman sings it.
Yeah. hmm Okay, so I'm going. My number 2 pick is from the best Van Halen record, Van Halen 1.
Oh, I know
and that
what
is
this is.
You Really Got Me, a cover of the Kinks.
I don't know if I've heard their version.
Again,
the
I think the
Kinks.
Kinks version,
I love
great,
the Kinks.
huge hit when it came out. But again, Van Halen.
Well,
when you have
it wasn't mixed very good. It doesn't have the big sound that the Van Halen version has. I saw the Kinks live, and Ray Davies' comment was, "Okay, we're going to show Van Halen how to really effing play this song." And by God, they played the Van Halen version of it. That's what they did.
really,
Yeah, I mean, it had big guitars and everything in it. So
I hope that we all post our top 10s in the Discord because I want to look some of these up. But we're on to the top song, or for Jake in no particular order. My number 1 is Gary Jules' Mad World, originally by Tears for Fears. It is just such a moving, and the song is,
I think,
is so good.
And I agree. I think, and it's hilarious. I was in the pool today, swimming my laps, and that song came on, and it's better than Tears for Fears.
It's so
original.
much better.
So much better.
It's just a completely different song, and
Different
it
song.
stands the test of time. And I feel like generations know it because of its place in movies. Like, this is the version that I believe is in Donnie Darko.
It is?
Yeah, and which is an amazing soundtrack. And like, I just think that this version kind of holds the test of time. Like, people will continue to hear it for decades and decades versus the Tears for Fears version.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's, REM. A lot of people think it's Michael Stipe singing, but it's not. He sounds just like him.
It's so good. It's so good. It gives me chills.
So my next song, once again, we've already mentioned him one time. It was originally written by Billy Preston. Billy Preston's version, thank you for writing it, but was not sung as good. Not many lyrics per se in the song, but when you have a man like Joe Cocker singing it with the feel and emotion that he has, and I always get emotional when I hear it because Joe Cocker is just a master at that. That would be Joe Cocker, You Are So Beautiful.
it is
One
good.
hell of a song. I think his first top 5 hit. Off of what record? I Can Stand a Little Rain. If you don't have it, go get it.
All right. So my next one, the first time you heard it, well, it came out, first time anyone's heard it was 1939, sung by Judy Garland. This is Somewhere Over the Rainbow, sung by Israel Kamakawa-Viola. I almost said it right.
You didn't want to
That's
do
my number 1.
It's a great
You didn't want to do
version.
Gene Simmons' version?
No.
You should have done Gene's version.
This is a song that's been in many, many, many movies.
It's just him and the ukulele. It's simple. It's beautiful.
Haunting,
It's
it's
so
amazing.
good.
Yeah, it's the best version ever. No one will
Yeah.
ever top his
No.
his version of it.
All right, I get to bring us home, and I will say before from all 4 of us, we're not saying these are the 10 best covers. There's great covers. Like I left
In no particular
Hallelujah,
order.
I Will Always Love You. I left some of the ones I know that those are spectacular
Same.
covers. I went from ones that really moved me a lot, and I was looking for like where somebody really took the song to the next level. I love Jake's pick all along the Watchtower. I didn't think of that one, or it probably would have been on my list. But this one is another one where the cover just went to galaxies far, far and above the original, and that is Blinded by the Light, Manfred Mann, the Earth Band, originally done by Springsteen. Springsteen's song is kind of maudlin and boring, and Manfred Mann
Nailed
pumps it
it.
into an anthem almost.
They did. It's funny. There's so many honorable mentions too, right? Like Stacey had mentioned an honorable mention. I'd like us to kind of put some honorable mentions out there. One honorable mention for me would probably be, there's 2 of them. There would be the band covering Bruce Springsteen's Atlantic City off of Nebraska. I just love the version of the band, and that came off of their early 90s album, Jericho. And I'm a diehard Levon Helm fan, and anything Levon sings, again, he's just one of those. You feel him, right? I mean, the way he sings, he puts every ounce of emotion into it. Just that Southern drawl. The next song is from an artist. He's not huge, but if you watch it on YouTube, his version of Dancing on My Own, which is a song sung by Robin. His name is Callum Scott. And if you hear his version of it, oh my God, it's unbelievable. And that's kind of one of my honorable mentions, or two honorable mentions.
Terry, that's on my honorable mentions. Disturbed, The Sound of Silence is on my honorable mentions.
A good one too, TT.
Luke
Very
Combs'
good one.
Fast Car is on my honorable mention because I think it brought so much attention back to Tracy Chapman. Weezer Africa is on my honorable mentions because I love that cover so much. And
It's the same exact song.
but it's
it is
not.
pretty much a copy.
It's exactly the same. There's
Yeah.
very little difference.
So let me
Whatever.
ask you all this.
But that's the same reason why I didn't put like Garth Brooks' Hard Luck Woman. I love it, but it's almost identical to the Kiss version.
My
Really
last honorable
cool.
mention, of course, is a Taylor song. Taylor covered September, and it's very good. It's very slowed down, and like soft versus the original, and I love it. It's the only
No
way.
horns? No horns?
No horns? No horns.
Oh, what's September without the horns? I gotta listen to it. All right.
It was on the BBC recordings, I think. You can find it on streaming.
Here's a question for y'all. What song, something that y'all like, right, that you would just love to hear covered by someone, good or crap, doesn't matter, but a song that you would like to hear covered maybe again in a new unit of time or for the first time?
And can I do it in no particular order?
In no particular order, Sean. I'm going to go ahead and just throw one out there right now to be crazy, because it's not a phenomenal song. It's so bad it's good. But I want to hear somebody cover Crash Test Dummies.
No, we don't
I
ever need to
wanna
hear that
know
again.
Who's got the
No.
guts?
I'll cover it for
Who's
you
got
right
the
now.
guts
What was
to
that?
cover Crash Test Dummies? I'd like to
No.
hear Garth Brooks cover that.
Oh my god, no.
I want to
Oh.
hear
I want to.
somebody.
I want to hear Taylor Swift sing "Tub Thumping" by Chubba Wubba.
That's what I'm talking about. This had like I want to know who's got the guts to sing Crash Test Dummies or Taylor Swift
Oh
doing.
my god.
Scott, what would one of yours be?
Oh,
Again,
Shameless is
good
awesome.
or bad?
I'd like to hear Billie Eilish cover "Closer" by 9 Inch Nails. I think that would be pretty
See,
cool.
I think that would be kind of like
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
deep and
yeah.
mysterious,
right.
kind of a little dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. A little
Mhm.
gritty. Come on, Scott.
But,
you're thinking.
well, they actually did cover it, but I'd like to see them put on physical media. Maybe it is because they've released so many live stuff, but I'd like to hear them do it in the studio. Pearl Jam, they do a cover and concert of the Kinks song "Better Things," and I think Eddie Vedder's voice is perfect on that song. By the way, the only song I had on honorable mention, because I had to pair my list from 11 to 10, was actually "Last Kiss" by Pearl Jam.
Good cover too. I'd like to hear somebody cover Yellow Ledbetter so that I could actually hear exactly what the damn lyrics are.
It's just
Unless
teaching.
they sing
It's
it.
teaching children vowels.
Unless they sing it just like Eddie.
A E I O U.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
God, it's such a good song, though. Even if you can't understand almost the entire song.
Oh, also, I Prevail's cover of Blank Space, which is what like projected them into being popular. They covered a Taylor Swift song and they're like a rock metal band. That was a really good one.
Well, I do have one I'd like to hear, but they'd have to rewind back to prime time. I think it would have been great to hear Guns N' Roses do a cover of the Bad Company song. What's it called? Shooting Star. Because I think they could have killed that song.
I got one more. Christopher Walken singing the Rainbow Connection.
Sean, you're a one-trick pony.
Have you guys
Anything
heard?
William Shatner covers is pure gold.
Oh, there you go.
Anything.
If you haven't heard Brandy
Anything.
Carlisle's cover of Black Hole Sun, it's very good.
No,
It's
I have
very,
not,
very
but
good.
that-
Very
wow,
good.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good covers out there that don't get very popular, but you just kind of like run across.
I'd
I
like
think
to
Brandy
hear
Carlisle
Crash.
should do a cover album.
That would be
That
great.
would be
Great.
great. Her
Mhm.
voice
Have you-
is amazing.
Have you heard the Deftones cover album?
No,
Mm.
It is damn good.
what is it
Get it.
called?
Oh gosh, I have it. I should know this, but it is an album they did of covers, and believe it or not, Drive
Oh, it's literally
I-
called covers.
covers. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Their version of Drive, I actually like better than the Cars' original version. It
Hmm.
pains me to say it, but it's so damn good. I love both of them, but I love the cover that the Deftones
What?
do.
You know, a pop artist, like one of these emerging, really popular, they should redo Drive. Like that song would be a hit today.
The Deftones
updated.
did a
It's a
great
beautiful
job.
song.
If you haven't heard it, Scott, listen to the Deftones cover of it. I think it's great. I mean, it's in Deftones style, but
Good luck
awesome.
finding the album, though. It was a record store day limited to 5,000 in 2011. So,
Really, I've got it.
mhm.
It's
I
so
also like
good.
that Billy Joe Armstrong. Was it No Mondays? His cover album is really good too.
Hmm.
You guys have seen it, right? I've sold it a few times.
No.
I've never been a big Green Day. Like Dookie's probably.
You just like
Probably
saying
it.
that word. That's all it is.
I don't use the word. I prefer. I would say poop over Dookie.
All right.
American Idiot's really good. I
Oh,
love that
it's
You know,
song.
I've
it's
never,
not expensive
I've
though.
never
You can get
listened
it for
to Scott.
$30. I might look into this now. Thanks.
Which one?
Deftones covers.
Or you can get it
Get
from
it.
Jake. You can get it from Jake at his next show for $80. That's a better deal.
No. Let's get this right.
Seal
$750
and $50.
7-minute abs. What movie? Anyone? Well, then someone would come up with 6-minute abs. What movie? Someone has to know
Oh,
this.
I know the movie. I'm trying to think off the top of it.
7-minute abs.
Oh God, I know what it is. I know it.
Tom should know this. He's not even in here anymore, is he?
Mm.
We'll just let the chat think about it. Something about Mary
Oh,
when he picks up.
Oh.
I think that
Picks
we
up
have
the hitchhiker.
surpassed the longest show ever, and I don't have to be blamed for that anymore.
No, but
Oh,
this is
that's
a
all.
great show because, like, the covers, I think, was a perfect topic to pick. And I don't care if the show goes for 4 hours. When the chat is involved and they're in here in it with us, and they're also spurting out, cover songs that we're not mentioning, man, we're all engaged. That's what I love about that, right? It's like the last couple of segments that we've done, whether it was, tonight being the covers. Prior to that was what did we do prior to that, Scott?
Well, last week we
Ballads.
did something good last.
We
Oh,
did ballads again.
yeah.
Ballads,
Ballads.
awesome. Like
Power
I love
ballads.
that stuff.
This is why
Power
they keep
ballads.
me around. I'm younger.
I
I
love
got a
that.
better memory.
I love that stuff, right? So, and even just like the questions, like again, hey, like what covers would you like to hear that maybe haven't been covered, good or bad, right?
Yeah, I
Mike?
do. Actually, I look through Discord a lot to see what people are recommending, and if something strikes me, and this week the covers one struck me, and I'll take the blame for the long episode because I'm the one who said we're all going to do 10. But I think it's more fun
It's
that
fun
way.
this way.
Yeah.
And in the future, after we finish the 500, that might be the episode, might be the single topic, and that's what we do.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, once we get past, I think the essential, what we're going to see, right, is we'll probably see the show times, come down a little bit, right? Because we're not picking essentially, 12 records a show. Sometimes it takes a little time. And when you've got my ass over here, getting passionate about a few records, one record could take 15 minutes, right? So once we get through that, we'll be good.
Tucker, be careful. I am assigning you 50 Cent to review this week. Because they will allow me to assign you an album to review. And if
Power
you're not
ballads.
careful, I will make you listen to the rap album.
And I got
Oh.
yelled at by What Not Seller.
I'm with Cheryl. Babe is a turd. It's a turd.
Like Sonny and Cher, Babe. Is that what we're talking about? Or different
No,
Babe?
Sticks.
Oh, I don't know that song.
It's a turd. You don't need to listen to it. Sticks has better ballads.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do as a fun segment? Horrible album covers.
Doesn't Sean do that in Discord like every day?
Yeah.
And he puts your
pretty
face on
Put
them?
your face on them, and then they're
Yeah.
horrible.
That makes them pretty good. I mean, come on,
Well,
this face
Nothing
liven
beats that.
stuff up a bit.
Nothing beats that Tammy Faye Baker family portrait with the parrot. That's in the ugly photos. It's on our Discord. Go into. Also, guys, I'd like to see you guys. You guys are out shopping and you find an ugly cover. Just take a picture of it. Put it in that Discord. I want to see some weird covers.
He just wants more covers to put Jake's face on.
No, well, these ones don't need Jake, so they already look awful.
There's nothing cooler than this.
Sean AI'd your face onto that and it looked exactly the same.
Sean,
Yeah, it
you
came out-
absolutely
I
should.
mean, it has
came
a
out-
resemblance to all of you. So, like, if
Did
you
you
just
seriously
took
do
all
it?
three of you and combined them into one person, it is that dude.
That would be unique if we somehow combined all faces. What would we look like?
That dude.
That
Dude on that album
That
cover.
dude.
That dude.
You talk about Daddy Boy.
The new
God, don't show
Stones
that
cover
record.
is pretty ugly. I agree with that.
I love that jacket. I think that covers.
I think it's cool that they
sorry,
blended
Jake.
all their faces together.
Stacey's still everything. This Rolling Stones is just horrible. It's okay.
That's okay because it's still the best record of
Yeah,
2026.
hey,
So-
as you can see, we all a lot of you, and I mean everybody knows that we all give each other hell in here, but it's all in good fun. It's all done out of love. You might think we're in here, fighting or what, but it really isn't. We just love to poke fun at one another. Well, Scott and Sean usually give me a hard time just to do it anyways. They're mean.
Well, you deserve it.
you
But
beg for it.
everything I do out of love.
Everything I do it
I do
for you.
Yes. I
You
don't
know it's true.
much, but I know I love you.
I don't mean to actually babysit and put you guys in order, but it's about time for the chat to give us questions because I do have to be live in an hour and 15 minutes for a listening party. And I do need some time in between this and now. So I'm going to
Sorry.
hurry the show
Yeah,
along.
we do have any, we
Who
do
are
have any
listening to?
questions.
Ariana Grande.
Any questions? No,
Yes.
don't see
Ariana
any. Well, look,
Grande.
hey, phenomenal show
Ariana
tonight,
Grande's new
everybody.
album Petal comes out tonight at midnight. I'll be live streaming it. It is only 36 minutes and 8 seconds long or something. So Shark doesn't have to worry if he wants to listen to it. I know that this is the part where you ask me what's coming up next, so I'm just going to do it. Tonight, listening party. Tomorrow, Friday finds. Sunday, we will have a show. We have 36 new items in the shop. We have a bunch of new stuff, including the new Ariana Grande, the Charlie XCX that Scott hates, the Gracie album, with Gracie Abrams, which is very good, as well as some more of the Tarantinos, as well as the Tarantino Volume 3 Revisited, I think it's called. It looks really cool on colored wax. Just a bunch of stuff. I picked out a bunch of random.
And I have that on CD, the whole set.
Yes, Shark has
The
CD.
whole set
We've
on
got
CD.
some vinyl.
Gabe, tomorrow.
It's
oh,
okay,
keep
Thomas.
going,
You spell
Stacey.
my name wrong, so you don't have to. That's not actually me, so it doesn't actually count.
They
Get
said,
'em!
So
Ding, ding.
you're
Yeah.
disagreeing with somebody named Stacey without an E. I have an E. So yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. And this is the last week of 3 shows a week for me. Last week I had 4 shows in a row, and that was a lot. So I'm
It's a lot.
It's a
excited.
tough time to do 4 shows.
Oh, yeah. Last week I did listening party, Friday finds, cassette caravan, and then a regular show. So
I'll be doing a preview show tomorrow. Still be selling some records, but the main thing is I'm going to be doing a Led Zeppelin 2 Robert Ludwig Press Buyer's Appreciation giveaway August 7th. So we will be giving one away for free. No, it is not a VG Plus copy. This is probably more so in probably fair condition. It does skip a few times on side one. I think it skips one time at the end of one song on side two. Side two plays a hell of a lot better, but we're going to preview it and play it so you can listen, but we're going to do it as a givey. So come in and buy some cheap ass records.
Fair copies still selling for $50.
Sell for $100. I've seen, there's some that have sold.
Why?
Because it's the chance to be able to
It's
own
the FOMO.
a Robert Ludwig press.
Do you know that there are? I have
press.
a Robert Ludwig Madonna that I paid $11 for.
He was all over it, but for this with this particular
press,
now the Terre Haute.
I understand.
Yeah, the Terre Haute press is the most highly sought after press of Zeppelin 2. The one that I have is
the
a
Monarch
pressing.
one. The
It's
Monarch
the
one is the most desired.
I think it's Terre Haute. Maybe it's the Monarch, but mine is a Monarch press.
The Monarch.
And we will play it and have fun with it. It's even though it skips, man, it still sounds damn good.
I have a question for Tucker. Is Outlaws Ghostwriter the cover or the song that was covered? Clearly, none of us here know that song, and that's why it wasn't on any list.
I know the song. I didn't know it was a cover.
Listen, I know Green Grass and High Tides, and that's all I need to know.
All right, so guys, if you
Outlaws.
so we have to wind this up, guys. So I'm on Saturday and Sunday morning. Scott's Wednesday this week?
Scott retired.
And Friday.
And
Next Friday.
I do
Next
have
Friday.
one question for everyone
1
before
o'clock
we
show.
actually end.
All right.
You
Here's
ready?
the question.
So
Yeah.
what are you guys all going to do when all of these artists die? Are you just never going to listen to new music again?
Probably going to cry a lot.
Well, I mean, duh.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to shed some damn tears.
Scott and Sean listen to a lot of new music, but Jakey, I'm a little worried for you.
What are you
well,
talking
he's
about?
got Maren Morris. He's got
Like
a Maren
Mr.
Morris record.
Experience isn't something
Well-
new. I mean, look at this guy, for Christ's sake.
I'm
There's
going
a
to
lot.
challenge everybody here and everybody in the
Incorrigible.
chat
He's
to go
incorrigible.
find one artist that came out from 2020 to now and listen to an album that we've talked about or is on a top list and just listen to it once and then do an honest review. I did it for the Stones. It's okay if you hate it. You guys can poop on it all you want.
Mhm.
I don't care. I just think that people should try to expand some of their horizons and listen to other things, because we all get stuck in like a little rut of what we like, and sometimes it's hard to break out of it. So that's my
Here's the thing,
challenge.
There's some great music that's out there today.
Yeah.
No lie about that at all whatsoever. And there is a lot of stuff that I do listen to. I stream it probably more so, and if I can find it on wax, I'll grab it. But there is a lot of newer music that I listen to that I don't really talk about much.
Good.
Right. And I'll share some of the people that I listen to. Stacey, you'll probably be familiar with some, and you may not be familiar with others. But for my old self,
For 3 hours. Yeah.
yeah, my old self,
But you're not that much
there's
older
nothing-
than me.
there's nothing like music from the 60s, 70s, some 80s, and 90s.
Welcome.
It's
Caroline
just-
Spence is great.
Just
I
good
always
stuff.
also recommend Sierra Farrell for anyone who likes Caroline Spence or Maren Morris. Check out Sierra Farrell. Jake, that should be your next listen.
Well, Anna Graves has got her new album coming out that I'm excited to get. I don't know if it was this month or it's early August, but I'm interested in that because she's just got a beautiful voice.
Oh, let's let these poor folk go now. Guys.
But we
They're all
love
falling asleep.
all of you. Thank you for
No.
hanging out over the last
No
3 hours
gummies,
with us.
no anything, just a
We
beer.
appreciate it as always.
So again, guys, this conversation can all go to Discord. If you have a problem with what we did tonight, or didn't, or loved it, put it in there, and feel free to crop all over Jake. All right, in no particular order, you can pick on him. All
Chris
right? So
Patterson. Chris Patterson next week.
Get
Tune in
there.
for
Yes,
Rush next
Chris
week.
Patterson,
Be
There you go.
prepared for some more jazz,
All right, guys.
Tucker.
You guys all.
I got a sock drawer to rearrange next week.
Uh,
All right. Thank you,
all right, guys. I want
Stacey.
to thank
Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
you guys for hanging out, and
right.
thank you, Stacey, for tonight. And everyone, have a great night. And ready? Bye.
Bye.
I think. Whoops! I hit that button too.